Lumi, I will kill your character the first session. I swear.
Who am I really? Who could I be?
Just Arcs, just give me the order. I got my sword. I got my sword ready.
I'm completely confused.
You got your sword ready.
Well, if you're not, if you're,
am I introducing my character?
I just said yourself, not your character. Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Arcs. I'm the wonderful DM that's been brought on to try and manage the giant mounding ball of chaos sitting before me.
Chaos.
I love chaos.
Hello,
I
everybody.
am. I
That
am
person on your
Nico,
screen is
the owner of
Hero.
Nico's Cafe.
Also incorrect. I've been playing D&D for a good 7 years, and here's hoping that everyone here enjoys what I have to offer.
This is my first time playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, me too. First time.
Yep. That's
Lumi.
Lumishiro, one of our wonderful hosts. The one in green is that of Sophia Leone. Since it seems I am now the one giving introductions.
I mean, I can do my own if you wish.
I would have preferred it, but Lumi had to go and start this giant train wreck of a situation.
Evening to all. My name is Sophia Leone, and I'm an arcane trickster. By trade and also on character sheet. No, I will not clarify the details of why my character is also Sophia Leone.
We'll go over character introductions once session starts. Either way, Tomoe, you want to introduce yourself? Do any sort of plugs?
Hello, I am Tomoe the Neko ASMR. I'm a YouTuber, ASMR artist, voice actor, and apparently a chaotic gremlin. Ta-da!
Very interesting introductions here. And last but certainly not least, Focat.
Hello, hello. I am I'm just a guy. Really, I'm just a guy. I have
You're just
nothing.
a guy? Oh,
do
Mr.
you
Guy.
do you not do any voice acting, Focat? Or you
I
just
mean, I guess I do voice acting here and there.
We all
There
we
we
all do
go.
voice acting here with varying degrees of success.
That we do.
0 success.
Same.
Hey guys, I would like to be part of your team.
Well, I think it's criminal. You have a wonderful voice.
True.
It's very
Why,
deep. It
thank
reminds me of Corpse.
Oh, you're talking
Corpse
corpse husband.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Music artist.
Music. I still don't know.
Hey man.
Who's
He is
music
a
artist?
man with a very deep voice.
I see. That clarifies. Okay. I definitely know.
That's all you really need to know. Either way, I'm glad to be here with you all right now. So, first things first. Why don't we start getting into this, huh?
Yeah, let's.
All right. So.
Oh.
Welcome, everyone, to the world of Felanden. A relatively new world, or at least to most people's knowledge. Everyone's history seems to go, at most, back a good 300 or so years. But everyone's knowledge seems to match up fairly consistently with what could be described as the Middle Ages, of our world. Currently, we're going to go into that of a wonderful small tavern known as Snotty's Tavern and Board. Calico, you are the first to arrive.
Mhm.
Before you, you see that of several people at varying tables, enjoying drinks, having conversations. A bartender in the back, with sort of grisly features, polishing a mug, very similar to an experience you've had, just a few days prior.
Mhm.
As you see at the one empty table, that of a much fancier looking man, with that of a rather bushy beard, broad features, and a sort of frilled collar. As he spots you and kind of waves in your direction, offering one of the seats at his table.
Mhm.
Quick question.
So, yes.
Do we press launch game now?
Yes, you can press launch game.
Launch game. I have not done that.
Which character do I choose, dear Dungeon Master?
Launch game.
Only one of your characters is activated, Focat.
I just
I
see
launched game.
Map.
a gray screen.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go. I refreshed.
There
What
you
a
go.
lovely bar.
What's new in maps?
Yeah, you can close that up. But,
Okay.
yeah, you all get to see the wonderful scuff that I have created.
This ain't so bad.
boy.
Isn't it incredible?
I've made worse maps than
A
this. You're fine.
wonderful Scuff. I'm used to scuff, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. That does seem to be your brand.
That's mean.
Stuff.
I'm sorry, I had to get a little bit of a word in. I see someone's doodling in the corner of my map.
Hmm.
Thanks, Focat.
Yeah, who is doodling?
What is that in the corner? There's
Who's
a scribble in
doodling?
the corner. Hmm.
Why are there little scrabbles?
Maybe
Well,
I should go and check that scribble.
there's. Oh boy. So.
Yep. This is already going well.
So,
Oh yeah.
I think we should reset. Maybe.
Maybe a tad.
We've been derailed.
Mm-hmm.
Derailed.
So, as mentioned, you enter in to this tavern as you see this sort of well-dressed gentleman at the one available table waving you down.
Hmm. Okay.
Do you make your way over to him? Do you stand around and look around? Do you punch some random guy in the face? What do you wish to do?
I guess he looks around first and he's like,
Mhm.
Yes, I'm finally here. I've arrived. Maybe someone here, maybe I could make a companion. I'm so nervous. I've never interacted with anyone. Oh, hey. That guy's alone over there. Maybe he'll be my friend.
As you're saying this, the man is continuing to try and beckon you closer to him.
And I'm saying all that in my head to clarify. So I guess I come over to that guy.
All right.
He walks over there.
So, you make your way over to that of the man as he offers one of his hands. Says, "Ah, yes. You must be the Calico, right? Gauging by your feline appearance."
Yes. My name is Calico. Calico Fluffy Paws. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. I am Mr. Why am I getting all tongue-tied? I am Mr. Jin Glesmine. I'm thankful that you took me up on my offer.
Hmm. Nice to meet you, Mr. Glesmine.
Mm-hmm. Now, do be aware, there are some other guests that are going to be coming over. Just give them a minute to actually get here.
And then
And-
he's like in his head, he's like excited. More people. Maybe I'll make a friend.
Almost as if on cue, Noodle Boops. You arrive into this small tavern after an interesting stint going through the town.
Let me just stop looking at a mind flayer for a sec. Okay.
A mind flare.
You looking through
Don't
the
worry about it.
monsters.
Don't worry about it.
He's going through the list.
I didn't do anything.
Well, either way, Noodle Boops. I do believe, unfortunately, for our pre-session material, I wasn't able to fully fill you in on. No, never mind. I sent a message to you
Yeah,
later.
You did. Yes, you did.
So, like, once you enter this tavern, you do see in the back area that of a well-dressed man with some shiny rings on his fingers, sounding like the man that was described to you that could get you the things that you want.
Noodle Boops will cowboy walk over. By cowboy walk over, I mean come over here, jump onto the table, and stare at the man.
Jumped on the table.
He kind of like leans back a little bit in surprise, like, "Oh, well, a eccentric little fella, ain't you?"
Shiny man.
And then I guess
Yes, I am.
kind of. I guess Calico kind of unwraps his tail now. This gigantic fluffy tail comes out. It's so big it brushes against Noodle as he's unwrapping it from his waist.
And now he's off the table, playing with the tail.
My tail. Who's this guy? Hey. How big is your character actually?
How tall are the stools?
I'm not even sure. So you're that small?
Give me
You're
a
like
sec.
goblin? Okay, I got this.
Yes, I am 3 feet tall.
3 feet, also kind of like a goblin.
Microscopic.
He's like, I guess
Okay.
Calico is confused. He's like in his head, what's happening? This guy jumped on the table. He's playing with my tail.
As you two are having this interesting experience, Natsu, you arrive within the tavern next, seeing the same sights everyone else has. Multiple people around, as well as a grizzled bartender in the back, stairways leading up, as well as a familiar-looking, at least the horns of a Noodle Boops behind a table next to some strange cat person, as well as this fancy fella that sounds like the guy that was described to you.
Oh, Noodle! I just run over there, jump on the table, and hug Noodle immensely.
Aw.
Noodle!
Will hug Natsu.
Aw.
Noodle! You're alive!
Baby.
You left without me. Who are you? You're a shiny guy.
Noodle Boots found shiny man.
Pleasure to make both of your acquaintances. You may call me Mr. Glesmine.
I'm gonna call you shiny dude.
Whatever
Mr.
you wish to
Shiny.
call me. All right. Well, please, get comfortable, take whatever seats you wish. Noodle Boops, if you
Huh?
wish to keep standing, that's entirely okay.
Now sit right here. I don't know who that other person is, Are you food?
Are you talking to me?
You should make it apparent who you're talking at, Natsu.
The other
Like in this situation, likely, yeah, Calico, but
I guess I got this. I could roleplay this. I guess he's like in his head. Who's this little guy? And then this other person's here now. What's happening? You know, I should just be cool. Maybe one of them will be my friend. So I guess for now he's gonna talk to Noodle Boops. Because he seems to be, I don't know if he's still grabbing my tail or not.
I'm assuming they're trying to match up with the swaying of your tail, looking at the map here.
And I guess
That is the idea.
I guess Calico's pretty his tail's going like up and down behind him. I guess he's talking to Noodle Boop. Who are you, little guy?
Noodle Boop.
Hello?
Noodle Boop.
Oh, nice to meet you, Noodle Boop. My name's Calico. Calico Fluffy Paws.
As you're all having your introductions, our last player finally makes it in by the name of Sophia Leone.
There he is.
Leone, once again, you see the sea I've described previously.
Okay. Is my companion with me, or
Your companion is currently predisposed outside.
all right? In that case, I will.
Just jump on the table and stare at Calico, very intently, staring down.
All
I
right,
don't know
so
if I should trust you yet.
yeah. Sorry, my throat is shot.
Don't mind.
Who's this? Why is she staring me down?
So I'll wander in, just kind of looking around at each table, just like, all right, where's that contact at? Looks at very obvious table. Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
Very obvious table is obvious, as you see that of a kobold and a partially feline girl just sitting on top of it.
Ignoring that. This is my seat now. So, you the one who called for experienced, what was the term used in the contract? Look, so, I'm assuming we have like a paper contract or something.
In this situation, this was actually made to be more on the hush-hush due to your line of work. This is a more straight and narrow kind of request, and you are not exactly the greatest person to be associated with.
I'll have you know, I'm amazing to be associated with. That's
In a legal sense, however.
Look, what I'm trying to say here is you're the guy, yeah?
You know what?
Looking at Glesmine.
Hi. You're a
Yes,
new
I am.
face.
Looks back at these
Who
two.
are you?
You can just call me Sophia. Can I help you?
Sophia? That's a very intriguing name.
Yes.
Like,
So, what I was going to get to next is that now that everyone's here, we start going down the list of what do your characters look like. Calico, what do you look like?
Calico, pretty much like on my, how that picture looks on me. On my screen, he's got, I guess, for the tail, he's got this gigantic, like really big, almost pretty much his body size almost. This massive fluffy tail. And he's got pretty much the Calico colors. All his fur. Like the black, orange, and white.
It's all patchy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Noodle Boops, what do you look like?
I am tiny. Small, well, 3 foot tall, red skin kobold. Scaled? Red skin.
Scaled.
Yeah, red scaled kobold. 2 horns protruding from my skull.
Mhm.
I got,
you-
like, I guess,
like,
yellow
are you-
eyes.
Are you wearing anything?
I forgot
Um,
about that too.
an apron.
Okay.
Mm,
Calico, I'm assuming you're wearing
Yeah,
sort
I've
of
got
robes.
like monk robes on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next up, we'll do Sophia. Sophia, what do you look like?
So, pretty much just like what you see on the icon. Green hair, sort of brown skin, long flowing green scarf, wearing like leather armor with a basic rapier at his hip, and a deck of cards kind of strapped to one of his legs, like off to the side.
Interesting.
Other than that,
And last but certainly not least, Natsu, what do you look like?
I'm 3 feet tall, 10 inches. I have red eyes, a very fluffy tail, and hmm.
I'm guessing you have, you must have normal ears then.
No, I have cat ears.
Ah, so you have cat ears. What kind of things are you wearing?
I'm wearing a very unique type of robe that is greenish
Okay.
and has a type of fairy-like wings that drip down.
So, like, almost like a cloak, almost.
Mm.
Okay. Very nice. All right.
Yeah.
So, you also recall that you are wearing chainmail.
Yeah.
If you were to check your sheet.
Yeah.
It's good to keep that in mind for appearances. But either way. So, with everyone introduced, Mr. Glesmine looks at and is like, I do believe everyone is here. Natsu, Noodle Boops, if you wouldn't mind taking your seats.
Noodle Boop sits down on the table.
I join him on the table.
Mr. Glesmine leans forward on the table just so you guys don't flip the table from your combined weight. Well, it's a pleasure to finally meet you all. I'm glad you all actually made it. I understand that getting here must have been interesting with the distances and the strange requests. I'm guessing none of you know exactly what you're here for?
No.
would a hint have been too much to ask for?
Man, a few words, eh, Calico?
Mm. I guess Calico's kind of like just in a meditative state, and his tail is going like straight up. He like not even paying attention anymore. So he's like really immersed in meditation now. You have to like tap him if you want to get him out of it.
Can I throw a card at Calico? Like, non-lethally?
Yeah, you can.
Alright, I take a card from my side holster and I fling it at him, aiming for his forehead.
And then he has his eyes closed and he's still like meditating, and his tail by reflex just bats the card away. But he's awake. Now he's awake now.
all right.
Noodle Boops goes after the card.
What was that?
Noodle Boops, you quickly catch the card off the ground.
Something hit my tail.
That was your notification to listen up.
Oh, who are you? I don't think we've met.
As things would have it, it appears we're going to be... looks at both Natsu and Noodle Boops. Co-workers.
He's like in his.
What are co-workers, sir?
You don't need to worry about it. Think of it as...
Okay.
think of it as friendship under certain conditions.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess he greets Sophie, or he's introducing himself. My name's Calico. Calico Fluffy Claws.
I thought your
Hello?
name was Calico Fluffy Paws.
I put it. It's paws. Okay. I said paws.
All right, then.
-1.
But like I was saying, our esteemed employer's trying to tell us something.
Mm-hmm. So, again, thank you for coming on such short notice. I have a bit of a job for you all to do. As he goes and turns around and kind of reaches into a small pouch, brings out what seems to be a small urn with a sort of like vague feline design to it. You know the urns Egyptians used to put like body parts into?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like based off like Anubis and such. Mhm. He-
I just
he-
go straight up in his face. I stare at the urn.
He brings out an urn much like that. That's, loosely designed after that of a cat. This is an interesting little artifact that my company happened to dig up a good few months ago. See, I am actually the owner of a certain company you may have heard. Have you ever heard of Glisten Mine Industries?
No.
DM, have I heard of that?
I was about to say, Sophia, you would have heard of Glisten Mine Industries. They're a mining company that specializes in archaeological sites.
Mm.
Do I know them from good information or, like, negative reputation?
They seem to be a generally reputable source. It does seem that they have taken some underhanded means to figure some things out. But none of it has ever really resulted in anything like, like sending waves in the criminal underworld or anything like that.
All right.
Like small deals here and there to just assist in their efforts of figuring out what in the world is this thing about. Or, making an archaeological site in a place that would normally be illegal,
Got it.
It's like, this place has religious importance. Like, well, they'll find a way to try and get around that if they can. You get the idea.
That's fine. I won't kill him.
Yeah.
Yet. So, he looks around and is like, no one? Well, I mean, I know you don't. Looks to you, Tomar. Not Tomar, Natsu.
It would be more accurate to say that I know of you, but nothing specific.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, as I'd mentioned, we mined this up a good few months ago, but are a bit stumped at the moment. See, we're fairly sure this is a urn used by the ancient people known as the Oltens.
What are Oltens?
A ancient civilization. A bunch of really old people from a really long time ago. Further than our written
Ooh,
history
old
suggests.
geezers?
Hmm?
A bunch of old geezers?
Well, at this point, they'd all be bones.
I like bones.
Eh, so do we. Bones mean history. But that's besides the point. Currently, our company found this urn, but digging around the area in which we found it hasn't yielded any more artifacts of its ilk. And at this point, we're starting to run out of places to check. Now, we do have a few ideas on where to get some leads, but that is the kind of stuff that our company can't just go and do. Whether it be some more unsalubrious means, as he looks over to you, Sophia,
Man, you're
or whether it be ideas that we never would have thought of.
so in short, you want us to do the heavy lifting on finding ancient artifacts.
We want you to mostly find where this urn came from. If we know where it came from, we can begin an archaeological site there.
It came from ground.
But a specific kind of ground. That's what he wants to know, where the specific ground is.
Mm-hmm. Finding more about the Oltens could give us an understanding that our world is far older than any of us could imagine.
Are there any markings on the urn that have that would give some indication as to where it might have originated? Anything that needs deciphering?
Well, I haven't personally taken a good look at it, but if any of you would like to take a glance, he slides the urn forward, in case anyone wants to have a good look at it.
I guess Calico goes and looks at it.
Calico, do you mind rolling me a perception check? Well, hello there.
Perception or
Roll on
investigation?
my-
I mean, actually, in this situation, I would probably say investigation. It's pinpoint enough.
So investigation.
Yes, please.
I too will look at it.
Okay.
You can also roll me a investigation check, then Noodle Boops.
I don't know what I got. I can't see what I got.
You got a 19.
Got a
19 total.
What do I
But
get?
that was for perception, though. You were meant to roll investigation.
Wait.
No, they did an investigation check.
Oh,
They
did he?
did an investigation check, though.
A
That's what it
total of
says.
7.
Oh, okay. It's reversed. It's reversed on my screen. It's from top to bottom. Also, I definitely don't perceive anything. I don't see anything on that urn.
What should I
So-
roll for?
So, just so we avoid situations where, everyone goes and throws a hat into the ring on any check that's done ever, we're going to try and limit general attempts at checks, unless I specify otherwise, to being someone making the check and someone willing to try and do the help action to assist them in said check. All right?
Okay.
So what happens with
So-
the 19?
So we'll leave it to Calico. Calico, as you go and start looking over, the urn, it's feels very brittle in your hands. Has a bit of a glossy texture to it. As you look it over, you do eventually find on the bottom, after swiping away some old sand, there are markings on the bottom that seem to be written in some sort of language that you don't understand.
So I guess he's looking at this thing. He's like, wait, what's this? Hmm. Oh, some sort of writing, and he shows it to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So, Noodle Boops.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, you actually understand that writing.
Huh?
It is written in primordial.
I also know Primordial, just so we're clear.
I was gonna get to you,
My bad.
Sophia.
Hey, man. I'm the one who's looking at the urn right now.
Am I still holding the urn?
You would still be holding the urn, yes.
I guess he shows it to Noodle Boops. He's like, "Hey, little guy, you understand what this says?"
Plus, I do believe that Noodle Boops would be in the way of you seeing it, Sophia.
So
Would he?
when I start reading this, I do want to start reading.
Oh, yeah, he kind of would be, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's blocking you completely.
It's all
So-
part of the plan.
All part of the plan, ladies and gentlemen. All part of the plan.
It's all part of the plan.
Everything's intended.
That's pretty writing.
Definitely not
So-
improv.
Oh, definitely not. Definitely not. Anyway, looking over on the bottom of the passage, it reads, where the twin dragons meet.
Hmm.
Small phrase.
Where the twin
Oh.
dragons meet.
Do you
So you're-
convey this information to the rest of the party, or?
Where twin dragons meet?
Where the twin dragons meet.
Mr. Glesmine kind of raises an eyebrow and goes, What do you mean?
It says
Words.
what?
Glesmine kind of like leans over and sees the marks like, well, I'll be. No one ever told me about those.
Oh, do you know what this is?
I've not got a clue.
Apparently, it reads, "Where the twin dragons meet."
Odd.
Huh.
Hey Natsu,
Yep.
do you mind rolling me a history check?
Sure. Is it with the D20?
Yes, it's with a d20.
And what was it?
It's going to be a history check.
History. 16 total.
16 total. Lovely. So, your time back in the Feywild is definitely hazy, your memory.
Mm,
But you do faintly recall a story about, this pair of dragon twins that used to meet on nights of full moons. Usually at a place known as Everlast Lake.
I think I heard something about this before. Where the twin dragons meet.
Mis-
It has to do with a lake.
Mr. Glesmine's eyes light up. It's like, really? Well, I can't believe it. This is incredible coincidence. Sophia,
Yeet.
with this situation and the rest of the world, something about a lake within this general area is kind of kind of poking in the back of your mind, though it's hard to say why or where you've heard it from.
I wonder if she'd know anything about that.
As all this is being said, Glesmine kind of leans back a bit, puts his hands in front of himself, like, well, we've all made more progress with this in, the past few minutes than my entire company's made over the past few months. Who am I hiring nowadays?
You're hiring a magic pair.
You hired Noodle Boop.
I guess I have. Well, to give you all some incentive to go and do all this, he reaches back into his large pouch and pulls out a few smaller pouches and slides one over to each of you. Some starting payment for having already made some progress in this.
Ooh, what's this?
Looking inside the pouch, each of you are given 10 gold pieces.
Noodle Boobs doesn't look into the pouch.
Ooh, shiny noodle thingy. What
Woo.
is this? Can I eat it? I wanna eat it.
Do not eat those.
Those are-
He
Do not eat
immediately,
those.
Grabs the pouch and puts it into his mouth.
What?
Can I stop?
Uh,
Can I?
so
Can
you
I?
just
Is it food?
Sorry.
Tell me it's food. I'm hungry.
I'm gonna. So, are you just like putting the pouch in your mouth, or are you going further and trying to swallow it?
No, he's gonna bite down on it and then spit it out.
Okay.
Not food.
All right.
Aw.
I guess
That's boring.
Calico is like, I don't need any payments. But someone else like this?
Take it.
he throws it to Natsu.
Natsu, instead of gaining 10 gold bases, you gain 20.
More shiny. So I go
Well.
to inventory, right?
Yes. You do go into your inventory.
And I add 10 gold.
You will see the little icon on the top right. Where your little extra copper piece is sitting. Well, you had a copper piece. You already spent it. My bad.
So
never mind. So there.
Okay. What is it again?
You're going to be adding 20 gold.
20 gold.
Yes.
And-
Ta-da!
Yay!
Ta-da!
38 gold. No. 28
For Noodle Boops?
for Natsu.
Oh, for Natsu. Natsu would currently, yes, have 28 gold
Okay.
and 1 copper.
I like shiny things.
Well, I appreciate the help you've already given, though I'm not sure where I could lead you from here.
I think I might be able to help. I've got a companion of sorts who's real good at gathering information. I'm not sure if she's familiar with gestures at the urn, this kind of thing. But even if she's not, I'm sure she could find someone who is.
All right. By the way, Natsu, do you mind rolling me a perception check?
Sure.
And
This-
know that nearly every dice roll you make will be with a d20, unless the thing specifies otherwise. So you don't need to ask.
Total is 23.
Damn.
23, lovely.
Thank you.
So, as Sophia is, talking about this supposed other person they can talk with to figure this out, looking out across, the tavern, you eventually spot this guy over in the corner and recognize he looks kind of familiar with one, looped earring and dark clothes.
Hey! I'm gonna wave over and rush over and then jump behind him and scare him and surprise him.
You go and, rush up to this man as he immediately jumps up. It's like, "Ah! Oh no, she found me!" As he is now going to attempt to run.
I chase after him and I try
Noodle
to
Boops
onto
is
him.
going to do the same thing.
I try to catch him.
Well, all right then.
What do I roll?
So if you're wanting to catch him, you're likely trying to do a grapple check. So go ahead and roll me athletics.
Can I look at Glesmine and
18
just
total.
gesture to the situation in general and be like, I'm not responsible for them, am I?
18 total.
Glesmine kind of like gives you an almost sorry look. It's like, once the deal's made, you're kind of beyond my jurisdiction. I'm sorry.
Come here, bro. You're mine.
Should have asked for more money.
Calico's confused.
Go ahead
Calico's
and-
like so confused looking over there. He's like, what's happening? Do they need help?
As you go and like kind of tackle this man to the ground. It's like, "Ah, get off me!"
No. I will never get off.
Saphir kind of begrudgingly rises from his seat and begins making his way over to these three.
Mm.
I guess same for
Uh,
me.
As
like-
this is happening, the nearby guard, who just looks like they've just had a very long day, they kind of see this whole situation. They roll their eyes like, man, I was just wanting a relaxing day. As he also walks over.
Hi, mister. Who are you?
Ma'am, can you please get off of my drinking buddy here?
Drinking buddy?
See?
Roan, come on, man. You need to stop getting people to just look at you funny. You do something about the earrings. You get thieves wanting to steal from me all the time. As the guard attempts to try and take you off of, this man, Natsu.
I guess Calico comes over there too, and he kind of like pats her on the head with his tail.
And I search him.
I think you should let this guy go, little one.
He seems familiar to me. He's my friend who gave me the earring.
I don't think I would know about that.
Well, back at the last village where I was, or town, or place, I don't know. Someone asked me to help them find someone who was stealing stuff, and they wore earrings and was very hooded.
Do you mind rolling me a athletics or acrobatics check, Natsu?
Sure. I'll do athletics.
I kind of want to search the
14 total.
13 total. So as you're on this man, the guard manages to separate you and kind of pick you up just off of this, the guy with the earring. It's like, come on. Nope, that's enough of that.
Down. Hmm.
Can I, like...
Boops, you're wanting to try and search the possible thief? Is that what I heard? Noodle babes.
You know?
Oops.
Oh no.
He's dead. I killed him.
I'll go over to Sophia's thing. Sophia, what do you want to do?
So here.
So Natsu is currently being held by the guard. So she was previously established to like shiny things. So what I would like to do is, I want to take out a card and sort of just imbue it with some light magical energy to make it shimmer a bit. And then just kind of be like, hey, little one, you want a new toy?
Shiny, 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 shiny!
And just kind of gesture to the guard like let her go.
Gimme, 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 gimme.
The guard rolls his eyes as he lets you go, Natsu.
Shiny, shiny thingy! Shiny
Here,
paper
there you go.
thingy.
There you go. Free shiny thing. I have no idea how long that shiny will last.
I start waving the
As-
shiny paper object thingy, like wobbling it back and forth, and I'm just watching it.
Well, at least you're easy to handle.
As you're taking off the guy, and since Noodle Boops is seemingly predisposed, the man quickly scurries out of the establishment. The guard just kind of takes a sigh, looks over to you, Sophia, and is like, I wish you luck with that one. While looking over to Natsu.
Seems like I'm gonna need a lot of luck in the coming days.
Yes, Calico looks over to Sophie. He's like, looks like you'll know how to deal with this one in the future, huh?
Something tells me she's looks down at Natsu playing with card. Not hard to figure out.
Shiny, shiny.
So, as this happens, rather suddenly you hear like a few footsteps approaching as 3 more guards enter the establishment. Immediately, one looks over to Natsu. He's
I'm
like,
just waving the shiny card, completely and utterly distracted. Shiny, 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 shiny.
ma'am, ma'am.
Shiny.
Can I like interpose myself between the guards and Natsu, like it roughly like this?
He's like, excuse me, sir. We're trying to get over to the little miss over there.
Now, I don't know why you're here for her specifically. I can make a few educated guesses, but the issue's been resolved. There's no need for any escalations here.
Actually, it's been reported that the little miss had apparently gone and stolen a man's jewelry.
Oh? And what proof have you of such claims?
That, as he points over to Natsu, who I'm very sure, if I remember correctly, still has the earring. I believe you put it on your bag. If memory serves. Yep.
Shiny, shiny, shiny.
I guess Calico hears this. He's over there. So, she's a thief?
I don't think she's conscious of it. But either way, let's not complicate this matter anymore. How about I grease your palms a little, and you look the other way this once.
Squints his eyes a little bit and kind of thinks about it. Go ahead and roll me persuasion.
Oh man, I'm amazing at that.
Unbeknownst, Natsu just suddenly notices everything
19.
and stops waving the shiny card.
19 total.
Huh? Are there more people with armor thingy?
And kind of thinks it over, mulling it over in his mind. He's like, 5 pieces.
5 pieces it is. And he'll take out 5 gold and hand it to him.
He takes it as kind of just looks to the left, looks to the right, gives a small nod to you as he looks at the other 2 guards and motions for everyone to leave as they all leave the building.
As soon as they're out, I turn to Natsu. You.
Huh?
No more stealing.
I didn't steal nothing.
I don't care if you did or didn't. If you're gonna do it, be subtle about it. And I'm
I
gonna...
didn't steal nothing. They gave it to me.
Again,
You can
how it goes,
regale
like,
me... You can regale us with the story if you so wish. But for the time being, we've got preparations to make.
I guess.
Oh boy.
I know, like you.
A lot of people don't.
You shouldn't be stealing, little one.
Mm.
That's not good.
I'm gonna make my way back to table. And Natsu makes her way back to the table with the urn and sits in the middle of the table, contemplating
urn.
the
Oh,
others.
did I still have the urn the whole time? Actually,
You never said that you let it go, so
so I still have it. He's got it in one hand.
Can,
So there's
is
no
is
urn.
Focat back?
Vocat?
Noodles?
Cat?
You do?
Noodles.
The boopiest of noodles?
Sensing distress.
Soup bop.
Sensing distress, Saphir will walk over to Noodle Boobs and just pick him up and carry him to the table.
Just pick up the small gremlin. He's like, yeah, right, you're coming here. Pick him up like a sack of potatoes.
Sack of
So-
potatoes.
So as you all get back to the table, Mr. Glesmine kind of looks at you. I was like, well, that was certainly something. I do believe, however, that our business is relatively concluded. Mr. Calico, if you could give me the urn back.
Oh yes. Here it is.
Thank you. He puts it back in his pouch. Well, with whatever you all are planning to do to continue our expeditions, I wish you all luck, and know that we will provide you all with a covered wagon and horse to carry it.
What's a wagon?
You know what a box
You'll
is,
understand
right?
when you see it.
You know what a box is, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what
It's
wheels
like a
are?
square thingy.
Do you know what
No.
wheels are?
No. What are wheels?
They're like gestures at the stool. Circles. Now imagine a box on 4 circles.
A box with 4 circles?
Yes. And when pushed, the box with circles moves.
Wait, it moves? Now
I-
that's something I want to see.
Well, maybe you will.
Kinda look,
Either way, though.
Definitely something
kinda
I
looks at
wanna see.
Glesmine and tries to stop him before we leave or anything. I just want to check and make sure. Are you going to be here for at least the next few hours?
I am going to be, clearing out my stay in this town. I only stayed here so I can converse with all of you, but if you need me to stick around for a little bit longer, I can do that.
Well, like I was saying earlier, I've got somebody who might know more about that than we do. She's, really smart. So if you're willing to stick around,
All right, then.
if you're willing to stick around a bit longer, I can fetch her and have her take a look at it at the very least.
All right, well, kind of motions off. Take your time. I'll be here then.
We still haven't even started the quest.
Well, technically, at this point, some progress is being made.
A little bit of progress.
This is how most D&D campaigns start, very slowly.
It's session 0.
Session negative. -0.
Okay, so Focat says he's away from PC because IRL stuff, but he'll join on phone.
I see. All right.
All right.
All right. So with that in mind, I guess Sophia will go and fetch Lyra.
Okay, then. So, Sophia, question, is anyone else going to be going with Sophia?
No. No one else.
No.
I'm not going. I have no idea what's... Calico's, like, confused. He's like,
Actually,
weren't we
you know
gonna
what?
do it
Sure,
last?
I'll go.
Okay. So, Natsu's going with Sophia. Well,
All right, split the
suddenly
party.
Focat is muted, so...
Split the
Yeah,
party.
this
Here
is-
we go.
Splitting the party is normally something we want to avoid, but here we are.
I don't think Calico has any reason to go.
I just want to go so I can poke him constantly. What do I do to poke him? Like, do I
You
roll for
just-
that?
It would just be a
No, you
contextual
told me.
action.
Okay, I'm just gonna poke him every chance that I get at every given moment. Poke, 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 poke.
As we're walking along, Sophia thinks to himself, I really signed up for this, didn't I?
Oh, I hear a Focat.
Focat has
I heard
returned!
one.
Yes.
He's here.
Noodle
Oh.
Boobs will just follow Natsu, of course, because
Yeah.
he trusts her the most.
Yeah, well, I guess Calico's sitting alone at the bar, at the table.
That's how it is.
Yeah, now you're just alone with some, this random guy.
Right. Technically, everybody's random.
Yeah, but at least the rest of them you're supposed to be working with, and you said that it's a form of friendship.
True. But he's not one. I guess I don't. I feel like my character wouldn't just randomly follow. That's
I will
not
say,
me.
as you are alone, Glesmite is kind of looking over at you. He's like, are you going with them, or?
Just meditating.
I mean, to be fair to Calico, you did hear Sophia say that he was going to bring a friend back here to look at the urn. So, staying here is perfectly fine. We'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
He's just ignoring that guy completely now.
Poke, 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 poke.
Yeah.
Na 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 na.
Glesmite just kind of gives a shrug and lets you go to your meditation. Meanwhile, outside,
Sophia is walking along as nonchalant as possible while being poked.
mm-hmm. As you are continuously being poked, Sophia, you do eventually spot that of a half-orc woman currently kind of sizing up one of the nicer buildings in town. You see them kind of pull out a small, pad and a pencil. Start writing down some notes.
Sophia will walk up.
Any notes I should know about this wonderful lady?
Nothing beyond what I've already told you. You can feel free to throw in your
I
own
guess why
flavor.
the question is, what does she look like?
She's much taller, and she does have like a more muscular build, despite the fact that she hardly works out. She's got like she's got like glasses, kind of a secretarial look, but that's just comfortable for her.
Mm-hmm.
Aside from that,
Gotcha.
her hair is a bit like on the shorter end, a bit unkempt. And she's wearing more sophisticated clothing than most other people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, you make your way over to this fairly well-dressed half-orc. She kind of is looking over the building, and she notices, the group of you making your way up. It's like, well, Seems you certainly took your time.
Yeah, no kidding. See anything you like? Gesturing at the building she was she was looking at.
Nothing that'd be worth going over. We're too far out in the boonies for anything to really be worth it.
A fair enough observation. Got any free time on you?
I got nothing but time. We're mostly here for you right now.
Well, and in that case, follow me. We got something for you to take a look at.
Mm-hmm. She closes her pad and puts it away as she walks with you.
All this while Sophia is still being poked, I guess.
Yep.
Yep. I am continuously poking you at every chance that I get. I'm poking your head, your face, your legs, your stomach, your back, everything. Poke, 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 poke,
As you're all walking, the one kind of tilts her head a little bit, looking over to you, Natsu. It's like,
Yeah. You got a problem, I'll poke you instead.
Don't acknowledge her, Lyra.
I tried to intimidate her, as in to back off.
I'm gonna have you make a roll because she just puts her hands up. It's just like
I'm an intimidation check.
Are we on a different scene? Or
kinda sorta. You Calico,
Total
I'm gonna
is
let
8.
you know because you made the choice to
boy.
stay behind.
Total is 8.
That made the most sense to stay behind.
You got an 8 on intimidation.
I can try my best to intimidate.
It's okay.
So
Can I?
little thing, since I know you guys are new players, you can make the request to try and do a roll, but please do not start making rolls unless I say that's what you are to do.
Makes sense.
It's okay. You're learning.
Sophia will just
Either
kind of.
way.
Sorry.
Nah, yeah, go ahead, Sophia.
Sophia's just gonna look at Lyra and be like, just ignore her. She'll get tired eventually.
Lyra just shakes her head, almost like a disappointed mother. It's like, I don't know how you get into these situations.
It's like I'm cursed, isn't it?
Either way. She does look to you, Noodle Boops, for a second before also rolling her eyes and kind of looking away. With that, you all make your way back into the tavern. With a Lyra now in tow. Which I need to go grab.
Someone grab me.
I gotcha. This would probably be the closest stat sheet I can get because I don't have anything custom at the moment. There we go. Ta-da!
Yay!
He'd probably be sitting all like this.
So Lyra would probably be around here.
Yeah. As Lyra makes her way to the scene, Calico, you're still meditating, so none of this matters to you.
Flings another card at Calico.
His tail's kind of going crazy. I guess his tail kind of goes up against the Glesmine guy.
Glesmine repeatedly tries to ignore the fact that your tail keeps batting him in the arm. as he looks over to Lyra. Like, you must be Mr. Sophia's friend, guest, whoever you may be. Lyra just kind of looks over to you, Sophia, for a second and says, acquaintance or business partner would be more accurate. All right. I would have expected you to be on friendlier terms than that. As Glesmine goes and reaches back into the pouch to bring out the urn and slides it over to Lyra. Your associate Sophia seems to think that you would know something more about this. The little one could apparently understand the writing on the bottom. To be fair, I wasn't paying too much attention to what you guys had said. I just understood that you figured something out. Noodle Boops, could you take a minute to say what was written there, or anyone?
Huh?
The writing that was on the bottom of the urn.
The writing.
What writing?
To the dragons. Or
Where the
something.
twin dragons meet. That was what was written
Yeah,
there.
where the twin dragons meet.
Ah, yes. Does that phrase mean anything to you, Miss Alara? Lyra. Right. Well, I mean... There's the gold and silver rivers. Uh-huh. Around this region, a bit further up to the north, there's two mountains that have rivers that form based off runoff. Supposedly, the rivers were created when these sort of dragon twins had gotten into a fight. And the two rivers eventually coalesce into a small lake at the bottom of the mountains.
Well, learn something new every day.
It was a popular place for smugglers back in the day.
Ah, that explains it. Well, seems like we've got the location.
That you do. Well, if you have the location, then I guess that's it from me, huh?
Suppose
Anything
so.
else I can help you all with before I see you off?
What time of day is it?
It would be roughly around like lunchtime, like maybe like 1, 2, maybe even 3 o'clock-ish. Like a late lunch.
Sophia will look to the other three and just say, you have any supplies you need to buy? Any of you?
Good.
I guess I should have seen that coming.
I guess throughout all this,
Shiny thingies and food.
throughout all this, that card you threw at me, I guess it missed. So throughout this whole thing, I'm still I have not heard a word. You haven't woken me up at all.
Yep, this
I go
is
over to Poke Falco.
Anything. What else do I have in my inventory that I can throw at you?
well, Calico, you are currently being
Javelin.
poked by Natsu. Javelin.
Poke poke.
I'm gonna.
Where are you poking? Where are
Hello?
you poking me at?
I'm poking like your head.
Yeah. Okay, that'll probably do it. So
Poke, poke,
he'll
poke.
stand straight up. He's like, "What? Oh,
Hey, Sophia,
Yeet.
do you mind rolling me a perception check?
I would love to roll a perception check. 27.
27 total. Lovely. So, as this is going on, it's Natsu kind of going back to her antics, and Noodleboop's being, thankfully, at least a little bit passive at the moment. You have a moment to just kind of observe your surroundings as everything's getting situated. Natsu and Noodleboops are likely wanting to have food, so you can go get that later. Natsu's probably going to get Calico awake, so you'll have to fill them in. You never really have to worry about Lyra, and Glesmine's probably just going to see you off. So, as you look around, you see that just for the briefest moment, that guy that Natsu had jumped on top of, like, just leaving the establishment.
I just saw him leave now.
Like, you just saw him leave.
I'm gonna lean over to Lyra and whisper, I'm gonna step outside for a bit, keep them occupied. And I'm gonna start walking as quick as possible out the door.
So
while keeping
you
like
start
while keeping my eyes peeled for just anything he could have dropped over there.
As you start walking, one of the people from this rather large table kind of steps over to get in front of you.
Move.
And just kind of like steps in your path.
I look at him and I just say move.
Mm-hmm. So, as you go and say move, nicely, this man kind of looks to you for a moment. Kind of looks like he's almost like he's sizing you up for a bit. As he rather suddenly goes and clocks you across the face for 3 bludgeoning damage. Everyone go ahead and roll me initiative.
All right.
We all see that, right?
Oh yeah, it'd be fairly obvious.
Can I contextually just be like big mistake and try?
Oh yeah.
Not. I guess I would be trying to intimidate him, but I'm assuming it wouldn't do anything to roll it.
Oh, I mean, you can roll intimidation if you wish.
All right, I'm rolling intimidation as I say
Response?
big mistake. 23.
23.
What do I roll for?
23.
The man looks at you, clearly a little shaken by the resolve you have after getting clocked across the face.
And I got an
As the
8.
rest-
I got an 18 on initiative.
Lovely. The rest
What
of the
do I roll
table suddenly gets up from their chairs. Some of them brandishing that of small tools at their sides, as one of them just, the largest of them, picks up the chair that they're sitting on. Clearly seeming like they're going to use it as a weapon.
Tomoe, were you
Ignore
asking
the
something?
21 for initiative, please.
Someone said to roll for initiative. I can't find initiative. What?
On your character sheet where you see proficiency bonus, it's right below that. It's also right next to armor class.
So I have a 16 total for initiative. Ignore the 21.
Mm-hmm. So, to help you find it, Natsu. So, you know on the top right is where your health is, right?
Oh, found initiative. I'm dumb.
There you go.
I'm fucking blind.
There it is. You got it.
Okay.
So,
I guess we all saw this stuff happen.
I guess you have.
So I guess I'm awake now from the poking, and I guess Calico like wraps his tail around Natsu and says,
12 total.
You could stop poking me now, little one. I'm awake. And it looks like that.
Yay.
And it looks like that guy over there needs help.
Very distinctly sinister
rolled a
grin on
12.
Sophia as he's about to rock this guy's world.
I rolled a 12 total.
So, all right. So, let me go ahead and make a chart with all of the wonderful numbers.
Hooray!
Wonderful numbers.
I believe, Noodle Boops, you said that your initiative is 16 total?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that would mean our general initiative is going to be, because I am going to consider all of the wonderful enemies within here as one initiative roll, because holy cow.
Mm.
I imagine people are fine with this.
It's
Go for
it's
it.
different,
'Cause
but
it's a
I'll
lot of,
it's different, but I'm fine with it.
I mean, they all generally have the same kind of abilities. Like, the only exception would be the large one, which he is going to have a separate role.
I kind of am really hungry.
Focat,
I didn't bring snacks.
you dummy.
You always bring snacks. Even I have
Always
snacks
gotta
right next to
bring
me.
snacks to a, you always got to bring snacks to a D&D session.
I don't have
What about
any
the
snacks.
bathroom?
Do you want to take a quick break?
If anything, we can do that.
I really feel sorry for this
Yeah.
commoner because he's about to get obliterated.
Bring
Yep.
out the-
Fittingly, he's going to be obliterated by a spray of cards.
That's it. Bring out the Yu-Gi-Oh fanfic.
Oh no!
Orini Shiose.
Aren't we starting a quest? What's even happening?
Well, basically, what's happening
I
before this point is that I saw the guy that Natsu jumped on earlier, like skulking out of the establishment that he had originally run out of, which I found suspicious. And that said to Sophia, hey, that guy's gathering information. I need to go stop him and ensure that he's not going to disrupt our quest. And then some guy got up from the table as I was walking out and decked me in the face. So now he's forfeited his right to life. They started it. They can... Somebody else can pick up after them. Let me think. Is spray of cards a cone? It is. So potentially I could hit him and his buddies at once. Ooh, this might get destructive real fast.
Destructive. What is your character's alignment? Are you like neutral?
I am-
chaotic neutral, or-
Sophia is very neutral. He would not have done anything if this guy did not deck him in the face, but now all bets are off.
That sounds like it kind of sounds like chaotic neutral. Sort of, in a way.
Not really. I'm acting in self-defense. I didn't do anything to this guy. I even told him to move before he decked me. I was trying to be
Just
civil about this.
saying.
He's the one who escalated it.
I guess it was just some random drunk guy.
Maybe, but Sophia's not gonna think that. He's gonna think, they're in cahoots. Him and that other guy.
Could be. Could be.
I find it very fitting that I was the first one to take damage.
Mm-hmm. I made a roll and it just hit your AC, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Is it like a blasting?
I forgot that you actually have access to my character sheet. So you can actually see what my AC is.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Now, you
Dang
didn't
it.
miss. I was going to make a comment that he would miss.
I mean,
Oh,
that's what
also,
happens when I only have light armor.
You should refresh your character sheet and take a look in your extra section. You may notice something.
What's in your extra section?
Man, if only I
XP points, though. Remember that.
if only I had better armor.
Better armor. How's your armor?
It's just standard leather armor. It's not very good.
Boy, I need some studded leather.
So you have way less than, I'm guessing, 20 AC.
I have 14. I'm not at all hard to hit.
Oh no.
I just got decked by Joe Schmo. I'm not hard to hit at all.
I probably wouldn't have gotten hit. I don't think so.
You wouldn't have.
You wouldn't have, but you're not the one who noticed the guy listening in on our conversation and then gave chase. So you wouldn't have been in this situation anyway. Honestly, I just hope everyone is enjoying themselves.
I am enjoying this.
I am definitely enjoying myself.
Yay!
You're enjoying poking me for unspecified amounts of time.
I have returned.
He's back.
Damn, dude, that's some pipes.
Is that him?
All
Is
right.
that the Wraith King?
Your king returns.
All right, we all back? We all ready?
I'm
Ready.
waiting.
All right, I guess it's
Okay.
yep. Safe to start recording again, I guess.
Yep, I've already
Alright,
got
let me-
set.
I go
Yay,
back to
recording.
here.
All right,
Oh,
let's
boy, that weird
resume.
cut.
Hmm.
Strange, the universe seemed to have paused for a moment. Anyway,
all right.
let me adjust this real quick.
Oh man,
Oh,
fittingly, I get to
was
go
it the
first.
Was it the table of 6 that we're
To go
attacking
first?
here?
Yeah, it's these guys.
Got it. Because I was about to throw hands with the 3 other commoners at the guard.
It's these guys.
Okay, so so it's my turn, which is good. I'm gonna make it a green cone.
I forgot you could ping.
Okay, so that
Yep, the tools that we have at our disposal. You guys
So-
noodle boops and gotta make his way over there and jump on a guy and just.
Okay, so a quick question before I do anything.
Before
Yes.
If I
everyone moves.
if I move here, would that provoke an attack of opportunity?
You would not be moving out of their attack range.
Yeah,
you would still
you're not.
be in the attack range, so no, it would not.
Okay. And this is about 15 feet. So I can hit that other guy.
Hmm.
Alright, I'm gonna angle.
Also,
Hmm?
Natsu, I had noticed you'd moved your little character token.
Yes,
When you,
I'm now going to stand near Noodle.
okay. Yeah, you didn't know, so
You-
it's fine.
Weren't you next to me, waking me up?
What I was saying is that you didn't know, so it's fine. But when combat starts, you can't be moving around your character, willy nilly.
Yes.
This
Once
is
you
where
know.
movement speed and the little ruler function, starts coming into play.
Initiative.
Okay.
Initiative order. So please move your character back to where they were next to Calico. Thank you. It's okay. You didn't know. People are learning. But yes, now we're in a thing called initiative, which means we're in combat.
Okay. So
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna angle my spray of cards directly this way, hoping to hit this this guy as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd allow it.
Alright. So, where's my... Oh yeah, it's right here. Alright, so I'm
Why
gonna...
don't you let both your fellow players and the audience know what spray of cards does.
Spray of cards is pretty self-explanatory. A spray of spectral cards erupts in a 15-foot cone, and everyone in that area has to make a dex save. On a failed save,
Gotcha.
they take 2d10 force damage and are blinded until the end of their next turn. On a successful save, they take half damage only. So I'm going to mark off
Okay.
my second level spell slot and spray of cards to both of them. They must if I could say words. So spell attack. Where's it at? Yeah, cast that. Why is it not doing anything?
What's happening?
You good?
I pressed the cast button and it didn't do nothing. Sorry, I misread I misread that entirely.
It's okay. Look, we're all a bunch of new folks. Excluding me. But you are all a bunch of new folks.
Me
Sophie or less so, but still, people here haven't really played D&D. We're all learning and it's okay to make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, I had already done the dice rolls because I already knew what I had to do. But wanted to make sure you knew how the spell worked.
All
Both of them fail the roll, so go ahead and roll me damage, please.
Whee! 15.
That's a lot of
15.
damage.
So 15 total, and what kind of damage is it?
It is force damage.
Force damage, one of the rarest damage types in the game. Possibly the rarest damage type in the game. How funny.
Yes. And also, since they failed their save, they are also blinded.
Lovely.
So this guy decks me in the face, I sidestep him, blast him and his friend with a spray of cards, and they just have cards in their eyes or something, I don't know.
So you go and take a very quick sidestep to this commoner that just punched you in the face. How would you say you cast a deck of cards or spray of cards? How would you say you cast it?
So basically, as I'm sidestepping him, I quickly unholster the entirety of the deck of cards that's strapped to my leg, and they just come flying up and then propel themselves forward in the direction I'm pointing.
Mm-hmm. So, as you go and point your deck of cards, these spectral images of your cards kind of launch out of it. As the commoner before you gets literally torn apart, as the cards just fly straight through him.
Yeah.
As this man, very quickly crumples to the floor, kind of vaguely resembling what was once a person. As the friend that you managed to get in the crossfire of that similarly gets multiple gashes to their side as they fall over clutching it before falling to the ground dead.
Told you it was a mistake. Who's next? And I don't know, would I be able to intimidate the rest of the table?
I will allow you to make an intimidation check at advantage.
Ooh, at advantage. All right.
You did just kill 2 of their friends in a single move. I imagine that would be fairly scary already.
Is there a button to mark advantage, or do I just roll it twice?
You just roll it twice.
All right. First roll, 16. Second roll, 21.
21 total.
Perfect.
Easy.
The group of commoners kind of looks at each other for a moment as 2 of them immediately look to the exit and go to, basically try and bail. This one and this one are going to be attempting to flee.
Are you gonna let him flee?
Well, I mean,
this is
I don't think
me.
he has much else he can do in his turn.
Well, I mean, that was my action. I still have my bonus action and some movement. I don't know if there's anything I can do that would be meaningful with either of those. Let me see. You know what? I'm not going to meta magic. I am going to allow them the opportunity to make the right choice.
I won't.
Hey, I don't control you guys. If you go after them, that is your prerogative.
All right.
We gotta hear more sound effects with these attacking actions. Gotta
Oh yeah,
really,
we're voice actors. We gotta like
gotta
get into it.
really lock in.
Goes
lock
for
in
like a
here.
whoosh. And other miscellaneous sounds.
Perfect.
Sophia's Gambit.
He's Gambit, Yu-Gi-Oh! Gambit. He threw.
You know how
threw a
long I've been
whole
waiting for this?
Exodia deck
Ooh,
at
I want to
me.
make a name for myself here.
Either way.
And,
So, I believe that is your turn.
Yeah, Layra is just going to remain at the table and do nothing. She knows I can handle this.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Noodle Boops, you're next up in initiative order. What do you wish to do?
How heavy is the table, dear Dungeon Master?
I'd say it's lighter than you would think. There's not much underneath it. It's like one of those
May I?
single peg that kind of flares out on the bottom.
Mm.
May I lift the table and toss it?
Is Natsu on the table?
That is a good question to ask. Natsu, are you still on the table?
No, I'm like sitting on the side, like I'm standing like right next to Calco.
Okay. Noodle Boops, go ahead and roll me an athletics check. See if you are capable of lifting this table.
Do it. Throw that table.
I am all for table throwing.
Why must my dice be like this?
No.
7 total.
Oh. So, Noodle Boops, you try and grab onto the table and lift with all your might. Yet,
Face plant.
for whatever reason, it's not budging. Your muscles are failing you. The one thing that you're like fairly good at is being strong. Is there anything else you would do with your turn? Because that would be your action. Anything you would want to do, like moving around? Is there anything you can do with your bonus action?
I have a bonus action. What can I do with a bonus
Bonus
action?
You can scroll down on your actions sheet and you'll see a section labeled bonus actions.
Rage? No, that's not happening.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Well,
Well, it's fine.
I think I'll just move.
okay. Well, do
What
know
was it?
that
40 feet?
there 40 feet
Yes.
is your limit with your character, and there is a ruler option to help you figure out how much is 40 feet.
All the way to the door.
So you could absolutely get either of these two.
Yeah, you do have enough range to get either of the two guys trying to escape, or the two guys that are still willing to pound your face in.
I would like to have my face caved in.
Oh, so you want to go after these guys? Then the
I'm confused. 'Cause
fellas?
it says. Pardon?
Have your face caved in.
what are you wanting to do, Noodle Boops?
What do?
So, my attempt to throw a table is my action.
Yes.
Yes,
Correct.
you
Would that
used
be
your
the
you,
same as? Would that be the same as my attack?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doing-
Understood.
Doing an attack does cost an action. When you start combat on your turn, you get an action, a bonus action, and a reaction. You also have your movement.
I
Okay.
will. Noodle Boops will go all the way to the door.
He's blocking the exit.
Lovely.
Yes, I am blocking the exit.
They can't escape now.
Oh my. So
Yes, that's all he says before he ends his turn.
all right. So, with that, Calico, you're up. What would you like to do?
Didn't I roll? Wait, what was my? Wasn't I the least in initiative, or?
Actually,
The
Natsu
initiative's
got lower than you.
the initiative's in chat. Or in the Discord
Oh,
chat.
she got lower than 14. Okay.
Yeah, I think she got 12.
Yes, how much?
Yeah.
So, those two guys are down. Can I?
I'm
can I
using
reach
the
anyone.
I'm using the black rings to show enemies that are defeated.
Well, I guess I could reach this way. I guess I'll head towards that way.
Which way? You
This way.
you could just use the
This way.
point and ping. Yeah, over here.
Or
Yeah.
that way. I
Well,
guess
which
I
way would
will-
you like to go?
towards this guy. Well, I did do it. It didn't work. It's not
Use
even. It's not even working. I can't ping. Is that on the screen?
The ping or your little mount? Yeah, I can see it.
My little thing. So I guess he's getting up and he's going around in that way.
Well, try and measure out your distance using the ruler. See if you can make it.
I guess if I leap over the table, I could. It's like 36
Ooh.
feet.
I
don't
mean,
know.
if you wish,
Yes.
go ahead.
So,
So?
guess time to role play.
Somehow I knew this would end with a bar
Please
fight.
go ahead.
So in his head, he's like, "This is my first time fighting with anyone. I guess that guy needs help, or maybe he's pretty powerful. Does he actually need my help? Huh.
You just saw him dismember two men. Does he need help?
No, one of them has just become a pile of meat, and the other one is bleeding out on the floor.
I guess I should still defend, because they are my companions for this quest." I guess he's leaping. He's kind of leaping off that table, so he's like, "Hooah!" And then he charges towards the guy over there.
So if Calico is jumping onto the table, is that athletics or?
In this
Did I roll that?
situation, there's nothing particularly like skilled or crazy that is needed to be done. Most because Calico does have the height. For
I
someone such
see.
as you, Noodle Boops, or Natsu, I would likely ask for maybe an acrobatics or possibly athletics check to see if you can even get onto the table.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Probably.
Understood.
Oh yeah, and I guess as he jumps over the table, his tail kind of touches everybody. At the
Just
ta-
whacks
it whip-
everyone else at the table.
It whips around the entire table. This big fluffy tail. So if you wanna react to that, you can.
I already was. I was doing layer like
Take 0 damage, but gain confusion.
He does it to everyone. Don't get too confused by it.
Now I guess he's at this person. I guess I'm. What should I do here? He's like, "I don't want to do this, but these are my quest companions. I need to defend them." I guess he's gonna. I guess I don't want to use anything insane. I guess I'll just do the claw.
All right.
The claw attack.
The
So
Anyways, I
claw.
just
Wrong.
started blasting.
So do remember that with you being a level 5 monk, you do get
Mhm.
2 attacks per action. So you have 2 rolls that you can make to attack this guy.
I guess I'm making 2 rolls.
You don't have to use both attacks, but just letting you know that it's there.
Mm.
No.
I'm gonna use
G-
both on. He's just
All
gonna
right.
use both on. He just wants to get rid of these guys.
Well, go ahead and roll me to hit.
Okay.
Such
Oh no. The first one's a 10.
Okay, 10 total.
That hit? What happened?
That does hit, actually.
So I guess it like kind of like a graze almost, you would say.
Grazes would imply that it didn't really do much of anything.
So I guess he kind of claws that person. Or does this person have like a description? Or is that too much to make you
do you-
improv that? What
No,
they're
I mean,
wearing or
uh,
what do they
uh,
what do they look like?
me having to give descriptions to all these characters is part of the job.
So what does this person
so-
look like?
So, this guy that you are currently attacking is dressed in like normal commoner's attire. He's got sort of a tan shirt, kind of threadbare, a small leather hat atop his head, very thin shoes, and, similarly brown, but again thin pants.
Hmm.
The threads are starting to get worn, clearly.
Hmm. Hmm.
He's a bit on the younger side, human.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somewhere in his like either early 20s or like very late teens.
Hmm. Let's see. Let's say I clawed like towards the top of his head. So I kind of scraped his head and knocked the hat off.
Well, go ahead and roll me damage, please. Because you still
Woo!
managed to land the hit.
Damage 7.
7.
So I claw like towards
Okay.
the top where his hat is, like, yeah.
So, you aim for trying to get his hat off as he, rather than kind of looks up a little bit confused at the sudden cat person that has walked up to him as
He just
you
wrapped it.
as you basically, rather than hitting him directly in the face and getting his hat, you slit his throat as he immediately reaches up for his neck as he falls to his knees and dies.
Yay, made it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. He's dead.
Unfortunate.
Kind of puts his hands together. I'm sorry. I had to defend my quest companions.
Blood spurts onto his white fur, coating him red.
I will say, as you've done this, you do see that this man's blood is on your paw.
Oh no.
literally and metaphorically.
He's kind of like he didn't want to do that. Well, it is what it is. I guess.
Well,
I don't think there's much else I could do after that. I think I went the whole 40 feet.
All right. Let's see what
is your
Natsu
turn,
does now.
So you're ending your turn?
So I think that would be it. He would go back and to like he was like praying because he didn't mean to kill that guy. And then he's back into like fighting stance, so he's looking at the other people now. Now he's like, huh?
Okay. So, Natsu, you're up.
Yeah. I look around and I see everyone fighting.
Mhm.
I decide to walk over to this dude.
So,
Eh.
recommend using the point and ping feature. Makes it easier to show things without shifting the battlefield.
Okay. I didn't know.
It's
I didn't know
okay.
you could use those.
Again, you're learning. All of these
There you
mistakes
go.
are all right. If we had done 5 sessions and you were still doing this, I'd be a bit more bothered. It's like, come on, you gotta learn sometime.
Attack.
So I walk from over here, just walking all the way to this person.
Make sure to
Well-
select the hand
Make
or the.
well. Do you have the
hand.
movement to reach him?
That's like,
I
It's like
do not
30.
know.
37 feet.
yeah, like 37 feet.
So the one you're going to be
So-
looking at on your sheet is walking speed. It's right to the left of your HP in the upper right.
30 feet speed.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like 36 to get there.
So you can get right
You
there.
would be just out of range of being able to
Right
do
here.
anything. Like just barely out of range.
Hmm.
Hmm.
If you so desired, you could use your action to dash, which would allow you to get up to there.
Yes.
Mm.
That
But
would be
that,
an additional 30 feet, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Using your action to dash will give you an additional 30 feet.
it will not
My
let
dash?
you. It won't let you attack after you do that though, because it takes your action. So if you were intending to
True.
attack, then you won't be able to do that.
You could.
You
Mm.
could technically use a racial trait of yours.
Right. She can do that.
It's good to be aware of the abilities that you have. One of the things that you have as being a tabaxi is an ability called feline agility. If you wouldn't mind checking that out.
Oh yeah, I forgot she's a tabaxi.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Feline agility.
I would love to do that. When you move on
Oh.
your turn in combat, you can double your speed until the end of the turn. Once used, you can't use this trait again until you move 0 feet on one of your turns.
Mm-hmm. So you would like to use feline agility?
Yes.
Is there any wonderful visual for you using this ability?
I would like to just casually walk nonchalant, like completely innocent,
Mm-hmm.
over to that commoner. This
So-
lovely person.
So, like,
And
about
I
as
would
far
like-
as you could reasonably get.
Yes, and
Okay,
I
so
would
you get, like,
like
around here.
to rip both of their arms off and watch
Oh,
them bleed out.
I,
You can roll. You have to
I
roll for
was-
that first.
What a
so that's an interesting description for feline agility.
Is that what feline agility does? I should use that.
Man, feline agility is a lot more violent than I remember. And also
didn't
seems
even
to do
have-
a lot more than giving a speed boost, man.
I didn't even have to attack. I should have just used.
So,
What does feline agility do?
so it's an ability tabaxis get where they can double their movement speed for a turn.
Ah, so she could, yes, just make it all the
Yeah.
way here
Mm-hmm.
and do what she just said.
It would. That would be what she'd use her attack action to do, of tearing this man apart,
If you can.
if you can. I guess since you didn't give a visual for what feline agility looks like, we'll say that as you're making your way along to this man, you suddenly get a burst of speed as you manage to get up right up in his face.
Your
Would you
arm.
mind rolling to hit to see if you could actually, grab onto this man's arms and attempt to rip them off?
Let's hear those
Okay.
effort noises too.
For hit, what do I use?
In this situation, you're going to want to be using your fighting style, unarmed fighting.
Okay, so that plus that tiny triangular one, right?
Tiny triangular one. Which one are you talking about?
Uh,
The
is a regular d20 and then a d8.
Yes, yes. D20 to hit, and the D8 will be for damage if the hit lands.
2,000 years later.
So you rolled a 6, right?
Yes.
And you do have something to add to that. On your sheet, you'll see it's a D8 plus 3.
Yes.
So that's total of
9.
there you go.
Sorry. Math is not my strong suit.
Hey, again, it's okay. It's fairly basic math that you have to do in D&D. The more you play it, the more you can like just see the numbers and be like, okay, yeah, it's that.
Wait until you have to add like what 6d6s all together.
But that's later.
that's way later.
Late.
And
Way
even
late.
then,
Yeah.
Natsu is a fighter. They don't have any crazy all-in-one damaging moves like any of you spellcasters.
Hmm.
Don't you mean spellcaster? Because it seems like I'm the only one.
There's only one spell.
Well, I do have Firebolt as a spell.
Ooh.
That's why I say
Never mind.
spellcasters.
In my
So should I add the
Mhm. So,
24 to the 9?
no.
Okay.
So, I'll try and separate as best you can. The first roll that you did with the D20,
Mhm.
that's to roll to see if you actually hit the target.
Okay.
So, it's like, I throw a pebble, I roll a dice, I roll like a 2, the pebble misses. It doesn't hit him at all. And that's what that dice means in this
Okay.
context. So with your 24, you do manage to grab onto this man's arms. The D8 was to see how much damage you did. Specifically, one thing I am going to need you to start doing is to specify what kind of damage, because that will become important as, certain enemies show up.
Where does it say that, like that type of damage?
Mm-hmm. They have little symbols, but you can either mouse over it, like the little damage bit, and it'll tell you what damage it deals, or you can click the move itself and it'll give you the damage type and the little explanation. So, Tomoe, can you tell me what type of damage you're dealing to this guy?
I am forcibly ripping both of their arms off as they bleed out.
Not what I'm asking.
I'm a little confused, that's why.
So, it's fine. In D&D, there's different types of damage. You have bludgeoning, slashing, piercing, fire, cold, necrotic. Like, there's a bunch, right?
What type of damage would this be, dear DM?
Don't worry,
Yeah.
don't worry. So, on the sheet, you see where, tells you to do the D8 plus 3, and it has a little symbol on the right of it, correct?
Yes.
If you mouse over it, it will tell you what that means, and it gives you the damage type. Do you see it?
Yes.
What does it say?
Bulgioning?
Bludgeoning.
Oh.
Bulging
I
damage.
didn't I didn't know how to pronounce it, so I just called it bulgioning.
You're fine. You're fine.
I
That's
prefer bulging. Bulging damage is
Gotta love
more
some
preferable.
bulging damage. Can you imagine?
Whoa.
Look, he's
Bulging
just
damage. What's
he-
bulging?
yeah, he's just had too much to eat. He's bulging with food. Yeah, don't go too crazy with it.
That
But
would actually be something cool. Bulging damage, eating too much.
in this situation, you would tell me that you dealt 9 bludgeoning damage.
Mhm.
Now, the reasons why I need to know damage type will be more apparent when an example eventually shows up. Okay?
Okay.
Just more stuff to be aware of what information I need from you when you're doing your cool attacks and being, awesome.
Very awesome.
So, how much damage did you deal?
9 bludgeoning damage.
Good job.
Yay!
Heck yeah.
Good job.
Gonna like rip it off the bone, like, yeah.
So, almost exactly as you say, Natsu, because you do deal enough damage to actually kill this man. You grab onto this man's arms and pull down with enough force to rip them out of his sockets. As this man looks down in utter horror. He's like,
Wait. Who looks down?
the commoner that you just ripped his arms off.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
It's the
So-
last thing he sees.
Sophia is looking at this
As-
situation like, what in the hell?
As the commoner falls to his knees and then subsequently onto his face as he dies.
Yay! Yay.
The other commoner that was originally planning on running looks to the scary cat girl that just ripped off a man's arms with her bare hands and subsequently stops making the attempt that they're going to run and sits down on the floor in a ball.
The fetal position won't save you.
It's not the time to sleep.
With
Jeez.
that, Natsu, is there anything else that you would like to do on your turn? You don't have any more actions, but you do have bonus action, reaction. I do not believe there is anything you can do, but I have to ask.
And I throw a chair at the other person here.
That would cost you an action. Now, technically, you do have the ability of action surge as a fighter, which, 1 time per short rest, you can take an additional action on your turn. You do still have a good, 23 feet of movement? Is that right?
Yeah.
Because of your feline agility? You could, I believe, make your way over to the other commoner if you so wished. If you use action surge.
Can I just intimidate them?
Well, the one that you're looking at is already sufficiently intimidated by me.
Hmm.
I don't
I'd
think...
say the one commoner that was kind of concerned is already fairly intimidated enough. You can try and intimidate the large one that's utilizing a chair as a weapon if you wanted.
Can I intimidate this large commoner?
I'll allow it. Normally this would be another little thing for an action, but I'll allow you to do it for free. No advantage on this roll. Just roll me to intimidate.
I guess.
Total is
acid-
14.
14 total?
14 total.
Okay. Getting better, slowly.
Okay.
So the large commoner, looks to you, having been quite small and ripping off people's arms. As a small, what could be best described as kawaii cat girl in like loosely elven clothing. As rather than being scared of you, he just looks to you and grits his teeth. Seems more.
Bub,
He's more.
You should be scared of me.
He seems more angry than scared, considering you just killed another of his friends.
Sweet Lathander, they're psychos.
Apparently. Horrifying, honestly.
Oh, no. What was I
So-
gonna say? I was gonna say something.
Huh? You gotta
guess-
remember.
I'm remembering now. Okay, so I guess all this is that she murdered that guy. I saw that. And I guess Calico calls out to Sophia and is like, this, all this murdering kind of goes against my beliefs. Maybe we could leave some of them alive.
I gave them a chance. What happens next is on their hands.
So, I believe from the sound of things, you're not doing anything else, not to?
No.
Okay. So, next up is the General Commoner Squad. The normal guy, he's just going to sit there, like, quietly crying to himself as he makes peace with his gods.
Oh,
The other commoners in the place who've just kind of been watching the whole scene, like, none of them are really cheering or anything, but they have churned their chairs just to watch.
I just
One of
realized.
them is... Huh? Go ahead.
I just realized that that guard is still in here.
Yeah, and he has done nothing to stop this.
the guard is still there.
You know what?
Does
Good
the
for
guard
him.
See all this?
Oh, he has watched this whole scene play out, and he has
Yeah,
done
but-
nothing but take slow sips from his drink.
What's his reaction?
Dinner and a show. This is the best night of his life.
He's got that face of like a staff that has been in a workplace for like 7 years too many. He's like, yep, same crap, different day.
Early retirement.
I have to go get the cleaners later. Get this place spick and span. Either way, with everyone else just not really doing anything, the large commoner is just kind of looking back and forth between Calico and Natsu,
Mm-hmm.
occasionally giving a glance over to you, Sophia, but you're a bit too far away for him to do anything about.
Too full.
So the man just quickly goes and rushes his way over to Natsu, considering she is the latest person to go and assault one of his friends. As Natsu, this man is going to try and bash a chair over your head.
How big is this?
Yeah.
Is it like a normal sized chair?
Like a normal sized chair.
Damn, you got a whole chair.
You got
Mhm.
a whole chair. Is it a wooden chair?
So, Natsu, in these
Yes.
situations, I'm going to ask you, what is your AC? Otherwise, what is your armor class?
16.
Okay. Good to know. And I go to
Critical
Uh,
miss. He breaks it on himself.
You wish.
uh-huh. And do one of these. Uh-huh. Okay. So, as this man goes and takes his chair, rears it up in the air, and like slams it down into you, like full force as the hits do connect.
Let's hear the chair slam sounds.
As it collides with just like a loud crack, as it is going to be dealing 3 bludgeoning damage to you. As after he manages to get the first hit, he does swing the chair again to hit you again, which also lands, dealing an additional 7 damage to you for a total of 10 bludgeoning damage.
So, I did the 3. How much more?
7.
Another
7 more?
7.
Okay.
So, with that, you've just had a whole chair slammed into you twice as your head is throbbing. You head, like, obviously your head hurts. You got pain in your neck. The second hit he did went for your side as it collided with your arm, your torso. Everything feels bad.
Can I do anything about it?
Oh no.
Not really in this situation. When your turn comes up, if he's still alive by then yes. But in these situations, since we are a group of voice actors, you can give verbal reactions to getting a chair slammed into you twice.
Oh, your poor whittle head.
Well, once on your head and the other one just across your body. I heard a faint and that was it.
Did that one on purpose?
From getting hit twice.
Because I couldn't take the second one seriously.
I am actually intimidated. If that's what she's actually doing, she's laughing after getting hit twice. Okay.
Oh no. He's a.
I will say
pain.
there is a small trickle of blood coming out from the back of your head from that first chair hit.
I'm okay.
Looks like she needs help.
Here's your Glez. It's your come from Glez mind. Is like,
She's
I
gonna...
might have hired a psycho on accident.
Oh, you think?
What? Why is she laughing after getting hit twice by that big guy?
So is it my turn? Is it my turn then?
With the large commoner, having bashed with Natsu with a chair, kind of being a little freaked out in the fact that her reaction to pain is laughter. Sophia, it is your turn.
All right. I've got a game-winning move right here. First, I want to ask you, this space right here, would you consider that in my line of sight?
Yeah, I would say that would be in your line of sight.
Okay, cool. I'm going to expend a second level spell slot. And oh, wait, hold on. I need to double check something. Let's see.
Fireball.
Nah, Fireball's third level spell slot.
Let's see.
You'll hit everybody with fireball.
It would be so funny, though.
Fireball these
Okay.
nuts.
Okay, so as a bonus action, I'm
Valid
going to
point.
expend a second level spell slot to cast Misty Step on the unoccupied space behind the large commoner. And as I materialize behind him, I'm going to draw my rapier and level it at his back. And I'm going to say, I warned you, and go for the attack. And would this give me sneak attack?
Yes, it would.
All right. And
Because you just suddenly appeared behind this man and are also flanking.
yes, I am. For those wondering, I am indeed teleporting behind him and saying nothing personnel, kid.
The man
Um,
is living out the meme.
Flanking tactics.
all right. As a quick refresher, sneak attack in this gives me advantage, or just extra
So, sneak-
damage.
So in this situation, it deals extra damage if you have advantage on the attack roll. That's how it works. And being a rogue, you have more opportunities to get advantage on attacks compared to other classes.
Let's see.
One of those things being, well, in this situation, you technically don't even need it because another enemy, of the target is, well, directly in front of them, keeping their attention.
Yeah. Okay.
So regardless, go ahead and roll me to hit.
All right. Hiya! 12.
12 to hit. That is not going to hit.
Nani?
Hit.
He turns around. Oh my woman.
As you go and try and thrust your rapier towards this man, seemingly, almost maybe randomly even, he kind of sways just a bit to the side, maybe just out of his sheer confusion of the fact that the small cat girl is laughing at pain.
Okay.
As you entirely miss your thrust and nearly hit Natsu with it, but manage to stop yourself in time.
Well, that's never happened. And I'm going to use my tempestuous... Oh, wait, no, I can't.
Mhm.
Dang it. I really want to use my tempestuous magic, but I can't because it's a bonus action and I just used that.
Yep. Unfortunately, that is your turn.
Yeah, no, I am out of things to do.
Fighter.
So, noodle boops, because I imagine Lyra's still just sitting alone, unless you want to have Lyra do something.
Oh, right, I forgot. Lyra's got a turn.
Yeah,
Um,
she functions on your turn.
yeah, I forgot about that. It slipped my mind. Let me check.
I eclipse the man.
Let's see.
Do-
If she's seeing that I'm...
Noodle boops.
Okay, if Lyra is seeing that I'm struggling with this bigger guy, then she will get up and move to about here and take a shot at him with her hand crossbow. And since she has multi-attack, she will do so twice.
Okay, sure thing.
Because I'm assuming that that counts as melee attacks.
A crossbow counts as a ranged attack.
Yep, no, you're right. I don't know why I thought melee. I think it's because okay, in my mind, melee equals physical, and I have to correct myself on that sometimes. I apologize.
Yeah, she's pistol whipping them with a hand crossbow.
So, that's my bad.
From that distance.
Um.
Bang!
Okay, so hers is a
22 feet
plus.
away.
So hers is a +4 to hit. So I will get a d20.
Mm-hmm.
Hiya. Does a 13 hit.
No.
Dang it. All right. Well, she tried.
It's so close, but I'm sorry.
She tried. She's gonna take a seat.
So, jeez, Lyra like gets up, seeing that you're struggling. It's like, okay, do I have to do everything around here? As she reaches to her side, pulling out her hand crossbow, and immediately goes and fires it off in the commoner's direction, as it entirely misses. She just looks down at the crossbow, kind of clacking it once with her other hands, like, well, can't fault faulty equipment. Whatever. As she goes back to sitting at the table.
Nice effort, Lyra. Good to know I can count on you.
She gives a thumbs up, not even looking at you. Either way, Noodle, now it is your turn.
Noodle.
Noodle.
Moves this way, and I will try to attack with my flail.
All right, then roll to hit, please, wonderful little Noodle.
I'm not rolling too good. 13 total.
13 total does not hit, but you do get 2 attacks per action.
Will we
So
finally
may
hit
I
this
try
guy?
again.
If you wish to go and try again at hitting him with your flail, you can.
Not happening.
What'd you roll?
10 total.
10 total. Gotcha.
Sad
So-
times.
Repeatedly, you start fleeing around your flail, not being too familiar with having used this in combat. A lot of your targets end up being, stationary. Like the big stone guy. Never really had to hit a moving target before, as each time you try and make a swing at this man, he kind of moves out of the way, ducking and dodging. It's super annoying.
Stop moving.
So, having failed to land any strikes on this guy, I do not believe you have anything else you could really go and use besides, besides your bonus actions or a reaction of opportunity attack if that happened to come
Wait. I have a reaction. I don't think there's anything else.
up.
Unless I wanted to use one of my abilities, which I probably don't.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you don't want to use either of your bonus action abilities, that's fine.
I'm gonna end my turn.
All right then. Well, next up is Calico.
Everybody misses.
He's just watching.
Box him in.
Everybody's over there missing that guy.
Just box him in,
Yeah, that's what everyone's doing.
We'll get him eventually.
Is this other? How do I pull up that ping thing? Is this person over here still fleeing?
He's cowering
He's-
he's cowering in fear.
Yeah,
Are
he
they
is.
still going.
He's
He's in the fetal
curled.
position.
He's curled down in the fetal position. He's not
They're
moving
not.
anywhere.
They're not moving at all.
If you
Okay.
want, I can give him like a different outline.
He is just
Give him that
softly weeping as everyone he came to the bar with is being slaughtered.
He will be next.
Oh, this poor man.
Leave no witnesses.
I guess Calico's gonna ignore that person then. He's gonna go for, I guess, the big guy. How does this? Did we ever
Question.
describe how this guy looks?
We haven't yet have a situation of describing what the large fellow looks like. So far, everyone's been fairly nameless, but if you wish to know, this
let's
guy
see.
is definitely he stands out amongst his crowd of friends. everyone else is kind of similar to the first guy I described. Thin clothes, small leather hat,
Mm-hmm.
covers the ears. Basic stuff. Various humans from various walks of lives. This guy is built more like a strong man.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of bulky, rather large, got a rather bushy mustache on him.
Hmm.
Like similar to almost like a cop stash,
Hmm.
where it kind of comes down almost like a comb.
Mm-hmm.
He's got this sort of slicked back, black hair and a shirt that honestly looks like is 2 sizes too small. Like,
Mhm.
if he flexed too hard, it looks like his shirt would disintegrate.
So he's muscular.
Again, strongman
And an
build.
Armstrong?
How tall would you say he is?
I would say he's around probably 6'7".
6'7". That's pretty big. He's
He
huge.
is a very large, bulky man. I mean, he is weaponizing a chair with minimal exertion.
Does he still have the chair?
He does, though it looks like one more hit with the chair and the chair is going to shatter.
Okay. I guess there is stuff I could do, but I'm gonna do this by the book. How my character would do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess Calico's looking at all this. He's like, they need my help. I guess he's going over there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wait, I can't even. I'm trying to move him. Oh, wait, I can't click on him actually. Huh?
It's because you're probably still
You'll think it.
selecting the
there we
ping
go.
tool that you were using. Just click it again to deselect.
Yeah, I got it. There I am.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you do have a corpse just sitting here.
Just like shove it out of the way with your foot.
True.
just nudge it out of the way.
Sorry. I'm sorry. Face to face with this guy now.
This large bald man just looks to all of you. He's like, I'm being surrounded.
He jumps. I guess he jumps over all the dead people. He's like, yeah. Lands right in front of this this big guy. I guess then he kind of ignores him and he starts talking to everybody. Maybe we shouldn't kill this guy. We should restrain this one.
He had his option. I don't negotiate after the aggression's already been executed.
I'm sorry. I can't do that.
Majority rule.
He's gonna go at it his own way. So I guess,
Well-
what do I have here? I'm gonna
Well-
go for grappling on this guy, but he's pretty
Oh.
big.
Yeah, you can go ahead and try. Go ahead and roll me athletics. And I'll go ahead and do an opposed check.
Athletics. So I guess Calico tries to wrap his tail around this big guy. He's like, "Hooah." Athletics.
My god, an actual grapple? Unheard of.
19. Total 19. Do I win?
So, you go and start wrapping your exceedingly long, fluffy tail around this man, trying to restrain him, as he struggles against, the surprising strength of your tail. As after a moment of, exertion, he manages to break free of your grip. As you do not succeed at grappling him.
What? He must have nat 20'd.
He did not, but he did roll higher and had a similar modifier to it.
Ah, I see.
I
So
rolled
he's
an
like,
I rolled an 18.
rolled an 18.
Add the modifier, he got a 21 total.
Damn.
So he's like trying to wrap his tail. He's like, and he's trying to reach for him, but he like moves back. He's like, just out of my grip.
So, Calico, I don't believe you have much else that you can do on your turn.
I still have bonus action, don't I?
You
Or
do.
if I want to do, I kind of don't want to do it. He doesn't want to kill this guy.
I mean, looking through your bonus
Hmm.
actions.
I do have
I'd-
attacks for bonus action.
I mean, I'm looking through. I don't see any bonus action that you could use, though.
Oh. Oh, I can't strike or any of that?
So you did not do the attack action.
Ah, that's why. So
And
that
And
counts
your
that whole
and-
thing.
and your bonus action, attacks that you have function with the thing that you have to do the attack action first.
Mm-hmm.
Flurry of blows requires, after you take the attack action. The extra unarmed strike is when you use the attack action.
Mm-hmm.
So in this situation, you do not.
Noted. I wasn't gonna do it anyways, actually. But I did want to know.
Still good to know. Still good to know. But
Okay.
now
That's gonna be it for me.
now onto the character I'm the most concerned about. Little Miss Natsu,
Hi.
what are you doing? Because I worry that large commoner here gave you some brain damage.
Which I
Maybe?
would like to
I'm sorry. All I can hear with that pause is just dial-up internet.
What's that? Dial-up internet? What? You could hear dial-up internet?
Just with the pause to my head. Just the.
I guess while we're pausing, I'll continue.
I would like
a role
to
Oh.
bite this dude's arm.
You'd like to bite his
And I-
arm?
Yeah, I'd like to sink
Bite
my
his
teeth into
arm.
it until his arm falls off.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me to hit. Since unarmed strikes don't just have to be punching, punching, kicking,
This is
headbutting.
bludgeoning damage.
Mm,
23
So-
and
So 23 to hit, which will hit.
Mhm.
So go ahead and roll me damage.
and 11 damage.
Woo!
And you said bludgeoning earlier, so 11 bludgeoning damage. Lovely.
I would like to latch onto his arm, sink my teeth into it, and as he's waving his arm trying to knock me off aimlessly, I sink my teeth in harder and deeper until I rip his arm out of its socket and he starts bleeding. Bleeding out.
So, Jesus. Little psycho.
I turned a man into
Well-
paste like 5 minutes ago, and I'm more scared of you.
I don't like being hit with a chair. I'll
I-
die for
So-
that.
I don't think anyone
So-
does.
Normally I try and keep dismemberments for fatalities or nat 20s. Gonna let you know that now.
That makes
Okay.
sense, actually.
This attack on its own is not enough to kill him. So, so you go and manage to latch onto this man as you start trying to bite into his shoulder. You do manage to bite through his, very tight shirt and rip out a chunk of his shoulder, admittedly, which caused him to just go, just rearing in pain. But he didn't quite manage to rip off his arm. Now, you do still have another attack you can take this turn, since you get 2 attacks per action.
Nom nom.
Would you like to attack again?
No. I'm just imagining this scene.
Yes.
Okay. Mm,
And I.
Huh?
Can I
Yes.
stop fighting him and throw a chair at him?
If you would like to, yes. You can stop biting him and take the nearby chair and throw it at him.
How do I need to roll for that?
In this situation, you would be doing a ranged attack, with a throwing weapon, with an improvised object. Which, to you, you're like, huh? What does that mean?
So, unarmed fighting armed?
No, actually. Since this is a improvised weapon that you're utilizing here, I'm going to need you to roll me a d20 and add 3 to it, rather than 6.
So, a d20 and you add 3?
Yes.
Total is 20.
Dirty 20. That will hit. Go ahead and roll me a d6. We'll also give you a +3 in this one. Yeah, d6 +3, please. In case you're wondering, a d6 is the cube.
Oh, okay.
It's the one that's the most normal
Okay.
dice shaped.
So for this, do I add 6?
You're adding 3.
Okay. 8 total.
8 total. Okay. So after you bite this man, you take a chunk out of his shoulder. He's rearing in pain. He's kind of bleeding a bit now. You quickly get off him and grab the nearby chair, just spinning around and tossing it into his face, and it just collapses. It just shatters upon hitting him. Just rocking his head back, kind of taking the wind out of him for a second. But he is still standing.
Splinter.
How dare you still stand?
His nose is now bleeding profusely. As he's now got a very serious nosebleed from the chair you just threw at his face.
That's your payback, jerk.
This man just kind of shakes his head a bit, trying to catch his ground. As with that, I assume you're done with your turn? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So, as this man kind of, shakes himself off, the other poor sap continues to weep quietly to himself. At this point, he's made peace with his gods. Now he's just waiting for the inevitable. This man's ready to go. But the large commoner kind of looks at just all of you surrounding him. His nose is bleeding. He's got a chunk taken out of his shoulder. You got to hit pretty hard, just emotionally, really. And did almost get stabbed in the back by a rapier and flailed by a small lizard. This is just not this guy's day. As he is going to attempt to try and lift up the nearby table to try and to make a strike against both Calico and Natsu with it.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
This might be certain death.
Something tells me I don't think so.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, I need to start rolling some dice. Da, 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 da,
Da,
da,
da, da, da.
Throw the table.
This is gonna
Does the
go
table
horribly.
count as a projectile?
In this situation, he's going to be using it as a melee weapon.
Oh, he's not far enough because it's point blank range. That makes sense, actually.
He's going to be trying to swing this table like some weird discus. Like a chakram.
Chakra. How big is the table? I assume it's not actually that big then.
No, it is that big.
So this guy's picking up a huge table.
Yes, as mentioned, he is a strong man. He is rather buff.
Oh boy.
And I made the roll to check, and he manages to succeed in lifting the table enough to use it as a weapon. So...
Wow. If he hits me... Wow.
Oh my!
Should I be scared?
Yeah, probably.
Huh, that's bad.
I get hit?
Yeah, this is, oh my.
He's the one who hit me with the chair first. It's just payback.
This is,
I think this is going a bit
this is gonna
far
be
for
something.
payback.
As, oh boy.
Oh boy.
So, this man just happened to get the first special roll of the night, being that of a nat 20 to hit.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Is it the end
Now-
of the loop yet?
Now,
It happened.
Now, I could have this be a situation that, it could be, all focused on one individual of just supreme death, or I could do the other option. And since you guys are new, I'm going to give you guys the option. Which choice would you like?
Supreme death.
If
Would you
some...
like
Other
for me to
option, I
die?
don't want to die.
Okay, what is my limit in terms of an option here? Like, because if I... Contextually speaking, Saphir would, against his better judgment and nature, dive in to take the brunt of the damage for Natsu. At the very least, because he saw the hits that she took earlier. And he's in relatively good health. So I would do that if I could.
That's the same for
Wait.
me, actually.
Alright.
Since I'm chaotic good, he would stand in the way.
Well, which of you wants to take the brunt of this? Because you've offered a third option, and I'm willing to take it.
I will do it wholeheartedly.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Please.
I've only
You
taken
sure?
3 damage. I can take the hit. Whatever it is, I can take it.
I've taken
No,
0, so
Sophia.
I can take it.
All right.
Oh,
So
Sophie.
who's taking the hit here, guys?
Please let it be me.
gonna
I
be
would
my
like to have
savior?
bloody.
I mean, if you feel that strongly about it, Noodle, I will allow you to take the hit.
Yes.
No.
Okay. So this is going to be interesting. So, Noodle Boops, how would you go and save Natsu from this mighty blow?
I would, well, Noodle Boops would just push her aside and just stand right where she was.
Okay.
No.
So,
Is there an opposed athletics check?
in this situation, if Natsu isn't trying to stop you, like, unless Calico is also trying to beat you to the punch, even though Calico himself is also going to be taking a hit here,
I guess he's just in. He's kind of already. or at
yeah.
least I'm not kind of in front of her. I'm not. I'm kind of
Yeah.
to the side, actually.
Yeah,
Am I in front of the hit?
kinda, sorta not. You'll see. So, Calico, this man first grabs the edge of the table, kind of rears back, as his muscles all tense up, despite this wound in his shoulder, as he slides the table with enough force to hit you, like, right in the side, with enough force to kind of knock the wind out of you, as you're going to take 13 bludgeoning damage.
Maybe I should have been the one to take this hit.
As this man suddenly, like, muscles, like, tense up even more, veins are kind of popping in his forehead, as he lifts the entire table above his head, now pointed vertically, aiming for Natsu, as he goes and tries to slam down the entire force of this table, seemingly to try and bisect Natsu through the middle, using this table's weight. As Noodle Boops, you manage to, just in time, push Natsu out of the way
Perfect.
for you to take the brunt of the force, as you are going to take a staggering 44 bludgeoning damage.
Yes.
I really should have taken that hit.
Yes.
He got a near perfect roll for the damage for that, by the way.
Oh no!
On top of the crit. It was just... oh my.
Noodle.
So he almost max damage, right?
Yeah. He was like 4 off.
He was full.
Perfect.
Noodle Boops, you are slammed, like, into the ground, almost through the ground, with enough force that the table breaks the floorboards beneath you.
With a natural 20, am I just immediately dead, or?
The natural 20 is the only reason it dealt so much damage. You are currently now in a state of having to do death saves.
I mean,
And
yeah.
I refuse.
No.
Do you wish to have your character die?
Noodle!
If you don't want to say it out loud, you can send me a message.
Brain says, kinda, but also says, no, I don't know. We'll go with the death saves.
Okay.
Save.
Well, we'll let fate decide.
Do the death.
Please guide me.
Mm-hmm. So, if you go and deal all that damage to your character, you will be set into death saves mode on your sheet. Tell me once that's completed.
Ooh, failure, success, death saves.
Lovely. All right. So, we're going to go ahead and have you do the first of those now. I want you to just roll me a d20. No modifiers, no nothing. Just roll me a d20 and tell me the result.
20.
Well, damn.
Is that a nat 20?
That, huh.
That is a nat 20.
Easy.
Ah,
He's out.
wow. Wait.
Immediately stabilized.
Whoa, whoa.
That's not just immediately stabilized, that's
wait.
immediately back up with 1 HP.
Oh.
He's not just stabilized, he's back in the fight.
He's out.
So what this man
He is the
what this
chosen
man
one.
sees is
The
he
race
slams the
is
table
over.
down and I just stand back up. Is that what you're trying to say here?
Yep.
More or less, as this table is like slammed against you, you know, like you are like bleeding profusely, probably with all the broken bones. You suddenly, after having a moment of, you know, possibly meeting your maker, manage to get back up afterwards.
He bursts out through the floorboards.
God said no.
Yes.
Do you mind rolling me an intimidation check at advantage?
As you're bursting back up through the floor.
How would I advantage this?
You just roll it.
roll it
Just roll
twice.
it twice.
You take the higher number.
They're the same. 13 total for both.
This man, well, he is definitely shaken that the small lizard thing is suddenly standing after what is possibly the most forceful impact he's ever created in his life. He does manage to remain somewhat calm, though it's clear the nerves are starting to get to him.
First the girl, now this thing.
What in the world have I come across? Oh, with that, Sophia, it's your move.
You have chosen to meet.
Okay. All right. So seeing this nonsense with the table, Sophia is
Yeah, go ahead.
just.
There we go.
I really am the only sane person here, yeah, aren't I? Questions for later.
That's insanity.
You don't need to know.
Okay.
Well, not yet. Anyway, Sophia. So I have a question for you. Being this close to the large commoner, would I be at disadvantage using my spells in close range? Like, would I have to step away to fire normally?
So, it would depend on the spell, but yes, spells that do have a range do have a area where you're too close.
Fireball me.
Okay. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do is a little cheeky.
It entirely depends on the spell, by the way. 'Cause
Well,
some spells don't
technically,
have a,
technically, it's gonna be 2 spells.
mm,
Assuming he doesn't
Yeah.
die. Assuming he doesn't die from the first one.
because the more I think about it, the more I realize I don't think there are many spells that have to deal with ranged penalties.
All right. So here's what
unlike
I
normal like bows and such.
here's what I want to do. I'm going to use meta magic and spend 2 sorcery points in order to quicken spell magic missile as a bonus. Or no. Sorry, how does it work? Spend 2 tours.
So-
Cast time to do it. Okay, so to be clear on that, that takes my bonus action, which means I wouldn't be able to use tempestuous magic, right?
Correct.
Okay, in that case, I won't be doing that. Instead, what I will be doing is I will just cast... if I take a step back, it's going to impose an attack of opportunity. Would a Ray of Frost be a disadvantage in this case?
No.
Okay, perfect. I will then instead Ray of Frost. 22.
Lovely. All right, 22 to hit. Yeah, that hits.
All right, here comes the boom. 11 damage.
11 damage. That is going to be enough to take him down. How would you like to do this? Because I will consider this our first example of a sort of boss-esque encounter. This
Okay.
isn't proper boss fight, but I wanted to show off that if you do get the final hit on a boss fight, I will ask you, what would you like to do? Or how would you like to do this, is the typical way I phrase it. In which you get to describe the way in which that you finish off the foe.
All right, time to get cinematic.
Yep, exactly.
It gets hard.
All right, so seeing this man lift a whole ass table and absolutely decimate the small lizard that appears to be friends with Natsu, and I kind of care about their well-being right now. I'm just like, all right, no more messing around. And as the table is like still in the air, I'm assuming, or like still being
Yeah.
held by him.
Like, after he crushed it down onto Noodle Boop's getting up, like, afterwards, like, I drew it on the map, he let go and the table just rolled off to the side.
Ah, I see. All right, in that case, what I'm going to do is I am just going to jump up and over his head, and as I'm soaring over him, I angle a ray of frost down so that it just hits him square in the head, pierces through, probably through the rest of his body, honestly, as I'm like doing it at the apex of my jump.
Mm-hmm.
And then I land gracefully on the other side. And with my rapier still out, I do a quick little twirl and flourish, and I sheath it.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, he does fall down
So-
afterwards.
With your ray of frost, going through this large commoner's body, it immediately just starts working its magic as it freezes this man from the inside out, completely and absolutely.
Sorry,
As he stands there before you, basically as a statue.
sorry to give you the cold shoulder.
Insert sunglasses.
Exactly. If he had sunglasses, he'd be wearing them right now.
I will say, with that, you hear a small hooray from that of two of the other commoners in the room. And one of them, just like the other one that didn't go hooray, is just going,
We have catchphrases.
You can have whatever you want in this line of work. Now, and Sophia like turns to Natsu and kneels down and starts examining her head.
mm-hmm.
How bad do how bad do I think this
yeah,
is?
Can you do me a medicine check, please?
It's not great. That's a 9.
It's hard to say how bad the wound is in comparison to, like, what's like life-threatening, what isn't. Like, the most you know is, I mean, like, a wound on the head is typically not a good thing.
Little one, I'm gonna need you to hold still so I can... this really isn't my area of expertise. Okay, listen. What's your name? Because Sophia's never actually gotten your name.
Natsu.
Okay. Natsu, can you do me a favor? You know the nice orc lady over there that we walked here with a few minutes ago?
Yeah.
She's really smart and knows more about bad head injuries than I do. So take this shiny thing, hands her like a gold piece from his pouch. Go give it to go give it to her, the nice half-orc lady, and she will take care of you. You get that, Lara?
He gives a few nods and kind of waves you. I was like, I got it.
All right, can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Noodle boob strut.
And
With this, I will say, with the death of the large commoner, we can go ahead and drop out of initiative order. You guys are free to move your little character tokens around as you wish.
Oh, so I guess
Natsu just
I'm gonna
like
go
ever so
over-
slight like wobbles back and forth as she makes it
back over to Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, bleeding out, I will start searching bodies.
Mm-hmm. Noodle Boops, your entirety of just your everything is in unimaginable pain.
Yes.
You are
Likely
so.
likely all of the bones in your torso is gone.
Lizard, are your
And-
bones okay?
Fine.
I think he's okay. And upon saying
it's
that,
hard to say if
Coughed
he's
up
suffered any
blood.
brain and coughing up blood. Yeah.
Bones.
I mean, I've been in worse shape than him, so I'm just gonna start making my way over to the guard.
Here, lady.
Searches for loot.
Stuff. Can you help me?
Mm-hmm. Lyra gives a few nods as she goes and starts examining your wound. Well, yeah, you definitely gonna need to get this treated. You got a splinter in there. It's not good.
Hmm.
Hey, don't worry. I know a few things on patching up some wounds, so just stay still. I can get you fixed up. Okay.
Okay.
As Lyra is going to start trying to fix up Natsu with a healer's kit. Noodle Boops. Go
Yes.
ahead and roll me perception as you start trying to loot bodies.
Total of 17.
Lovely.
Right?
He's so perceptive despite all
So-
the blood in his eyes.
Man, despite the major brain hemorrhaging, you know, he's...
see all.
Nah, you ain't got a nat 20. You ain't seen past the fourth wall yet. That's a classic joke in the D&D community. Rolling a nat 20 and breaking the fourth wall. It's funny.
For a moment, you feel as if you're standing on a stage. Your companions are still, stiff, as if they are statues.
Mm-hmm.
Strange.
You see giants surrounding you. You know, seeming to be around a table of some kind. One of them seems to be holding extremely large gemstones in their hands with arcane markings upon their surface.
And then it all disappears. A blur. Must have been your mind playing tricks on you.
A classic. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
so Noodle Boops, as you go and explore each of these commoners, there's nothing too interesting on other persons, but you do find some cash that they were carrying with them. Though, admittedly, it's not a lot in the grand scheme of things. Guessing you would-
Money.
Okay. So I'm guessing you're taking the cash?
Yes. We will take the shiny and we will probably give it to someone else because I am irresponsible.
All right. Well, for you to give to someone else later, you gain 7 silver pieces and 59 copper.
Woo! Payday!
59 copper?
Yes.
We're rich, baby.
So, Sophia, you make your way over to the guard as the guard kind of looks over to you, like still taking a sip from his mug, which, looking at the color, you're fairly sure isn't filled with like a common ale. Maybe it's filled with something a bit harder. Hard to say. He just kind of looks you up and down.
You sober enough to talk?
He gives a shrug.
What's your price?
Kind of ponders it over for a minute. I don't need anything big. If anything, just buy me another drink and we're square.
Good enough for me.
Hmm.
Sophia will begin making his way to the bar counter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as you make your way up there, it's very apparent that that grizzled barkeep that you've seen here, before is nowhere to be found.
Well, when in Waterdeep, do as the Waterdavians do.
Jump the counter.
I'm guessing you're just gonna get a drink yourself.
Yeah, I'll leave a gold piece on the counter and just make whatever drink I feel like and bring it to the guard.
Okay. So you go and kind of go through the back of the area. Are you like familiar? Would your character be familiar with any kind of drinks, or is he just like going with whatever?
In terms of reconnaissance, he would have been a barkeep for like a couple of days just to take a walk on Lyra's side of things and try to gather his own info. He can make drinks decently well. He's not much of a conversationalist though, so the whole info gathering thing wasn't too good. He can make a decent enough drink though.
Hmm. So you do know a few drinks. You also know that of two drinks that was that you were taught from a fellow bartender that actually came to your place as you were learning stuff, that he kind of gave you as a, hey, these are some like specialty drinks that are usually good for when you have like a crowd of like really fun people, like people that really like just have some crazy drinking games or whatever. One of these drinks is called Ouch, and the other drink is called Actual Torture.
Dragon's Ale.
Screw it, let's go for the actual torture.
So, Actual Torture is like a small thing where it's mostly used for a drinking game. But the whole idea of Actual Torture is for the recipient of the drink to take 2 teaspoons of salt eaten all at once and then to wash it down with a citrus-based liquor. And the whole thing is that if anyone else tries to offer them any other kind of drinks, their hands are free game for attack.
Hmm.
That is the fun game of Actual Torture.
Actual torture.
It
Alright.
is rather something.
Are you telling me that I could actually die from this?
Actual torture? No, but you would be having a very bad time.
Back over the
I think
counter.
how much assault with...
Back over the counter.
But is actual torture what you're going to be making for this guy?
Yep.
All right, so you've just got 2 teaspoons of salt and a small citrus liquor going by the name of Sunshine Dew. As the guard kind of looks over you and kind of just raises his glass. Like, hey.
Here you are. Enjoy your drink.
Thank you. What's the salt for?
Oh, it's a little something extra. You're meant to do it a certain way. If you'd like, I can show you. Come on.
Ponders for a minute. Or eventually, like, giving a shrug, he's like, some other time.
Fair enough. Enjoy the rest of your day, evening. I don't know, it's kind of dark in here. As he walks away.
I will
So-
approach Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to
So-
see her reaction.
Lyra is currently, kind of patching up some bandages for Natsu. Natsu,
This is tight.
it needs to be. Stop the bleeding.
Hmm.
You've
Hey,
never
you-
been hurt before, have you?
I don't normally get hurt.
You've never tripped or fallen or anything like that?
Nothing to this extent.
Yeah, I mean, personally thinking about it, it would make sense for Natsu to have never experienced pain until now. Yeah.
Why does it sting? Hmm.
Because it hurts. You have little pieces of wood in your wound. I'm trying to pull them out.
No.
Brace yourself. She, as Lyra pulls out a particularly large splinter.
Sophia will like call back to Lyra. Did you consider giving her something to bite on?
Well, I thought she was going to be tough enough to handle it, considering I saw her rip off a man's arms.
But I've never dealt with this before.
As you start whining, Lyra just takes a sigh as she pulls out just a small wad of gauze and says, "Hey, do you mind putting this in your mouth and keeping it there?"
Oh.
Thank you. As she goes and tightens the bandages on your head, much tighter than she was previously, now that you have gauze in your mouth.
Oh boy.
Hey, big guy. Like looking
What is it?
at Calico.
No.
I guess I was gonna continue something, but I was letting everybody else talk first.
Were you
I'll
going
do-
over to talk to that commoner who's in fetal
Yeah,
position
I
right
was
now?
gonna do some roleplay stuff, I guess.
Mhm.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
We'll
well
let
then.
we'll let you two do that in a second, but I am gonna try and do Noodle Boop's thing real quick first.
Okay.
My bad.
As Lyra is trying to treat Natsu, she just gives a quick glance and notices you, Noodle Boops. Your mouth and nose just leaking blood. Your chest is caved inwards.
Hello, tall lady.
And hello to you. Oh.
Oh, hi, Noodle.
That's still okay.
Question, Natsu. How are you speaking with gauze in your mouth?
That mouth.
There we go.
I can just say Noodle.
The power of a
You're
blanket.
going to do my best.
Not see.
Yes.
Okay.
Natsu's going to be fine, Noodle Boops. But I'm not so sure about I'm not so sure about you, Noodle Boops. You look Claire just kind of looks, Noodle Boops up and down. Just this clear look of concern on her face and kind of bewilderment that you're even standing.
Noodle boops. Bye.
Cowboy walks away.
Cowboy shambles away.
Like leaving a trail of blood behind him. It's like, yeah, I'm not so sure about that one, Noodle Boops. But now, with the rest of the party over near the commoner.
Okay.
This man's day's about to get a lot worse.
May I? May I begin with this bit?
Sure.
Yes.
I guess from my side, I'm on my own, still kind of shell shocked that I got hit by that guy and that I couldn't grapple him. I guess Calico's pretty. I guess he's just pissed off that he got hit now. I guess as he's like gonna run over to this guy. I guess this person's still panicking. That commoner.
this fella. Yeah, the guy that's in the fetal
Yeah,
position on the
he's
floor.
He's just
Just-
not gonna say anything as he walks, but as he's walking by, he's kind of gonna slam his tail into that dead guy's face.
What, the large guy?
Yeah.
So as you slam your tail into this frozen man's face, it just completely shatters as this man's entire body crumbles into icy shards.
I gotta make sound effects. At least some sound effects.
like the sound of shattering glass.
He kind of just jumps over to this person. And do we know if this person's was like part of the group?
He was at the table.
What's the description? Or how does this person look?
He looks actually, the more you look at him, the more he looks exactly like the guy you accidentally killed.
I guess immediately, he's just gonna restrain this person. He's kind of gonna grab him with his hand and wrap his tail around him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have you do an opposed check because this man is not going to fight back. So you go and restrain this man as he quietly weeps into the floor.
He pulls him up off the floor, kind of. I don't know how big that person is, but kind of lifts him up with his tail
Yeah,
and he's grabbing him.
He's about 5'2".
So I guess that happens then. He gets lifted up.
You lift him up with your tail. Sophie or Noodle Boops, you're just seeing this, Calico do this. As Connor is just openly weeps, like, just please make it quick.
Well, I guess you wanted to be bad cop.
Okay. We're not gonna kill this last one. We're gonna find out what this was all about. And maybe I'll turn this one into the guard. I guess I'm talking to Noodle and Sophie when I say that.
Depending on how helpful the information he gives us is, we may be able to let him off with a warning, considering he was the only one who didn't actually do anything wrong.
Okay. So Fear, you seem to be pretty good at communicating or intimidation, it seems. Let's have you talk to this one. He holds the person up next to you with his tail.
Sophia is gonna step close, and since this guy is already sufficiently scared, he's gonna lean into his ear and begin whispering. Listen, you didn't do anything to deserve this. Just tell us who that guy was that left here in a hurry, and why your buddies decided to stop us.
So we're not sure who he was, but he came around and he went and told Daryl's over there, as he points over to the man that you turned into a pile of meat. that girl over there is the one who stole the picture of his mom, and we've tried to keep this in the family, and we were fairly sure that it was someone close by, and we weren't sure who did it. And I don't know why I believed him. Maybe he was just drunk.
Keep it together. I'm gonna like firmly grip this man's shoulders, not like menacingly, but like in a I need you to keep talking kind of way.
Okay.
Listen, you've already given us enough information, but there's one more thing we need to know, if you can provide it. Where was he heading?
I don't know. I think I heard him say something about thorns, like a thorn, like keep thorn vault. I don't know, a thorn something.
All right, and that's all you know?
He nods frantically. Yes, that's all I know.
All right. Big guy, let him go.
I'd rather turn this guy in.
For what?
He was
Like,
part of this group.
what crime did he commit? As far as we could see, he was an innocent bystander when his group decided to attack us.
Regardless, he was still associated.
Guilty by association doesn't sit well with me.
If you're gonna do something, just kill me now. I want to join my brother.
He's like squeezes him tighter with his tail.
I'm gonna move like closer to Calico. And I'm gonna say to him, this isn't what we do. I don't know how you operate, but I got a code. This man's done no wrong. Not to us, not to anyone else we know. There's no reason for this to escalate.
Noodle Boops hugs the man. And then leaves.
Oh no! Very.
There's just a massive blood stain on this man's legs.
Damn, this party really does have 2 brain cells.
I guess I look to the side. All that blood. That doesn't look too good. It kind of loosened my grip on that guy after that. I'm more focused on, I guess, Noodle bleeding all over the place now. So he puts that person down.
All right.
He just falls to the ground on his knees. Just hands in front of him. He just starts weeping into his hands.
Can I like pick this guy up and start walking him out the door?
Yes, you can.
All right, come on, buddy. Let's get you home.
I guess my attention is to Noodle now because he's bleeding all over the place.
Before
are you like properly walking him out, or are you just walking him to the door?
I'm gonna call back to Lyra and say, hey, take care of things while I'm gone. I won't be too long.
She just gives a nod as she finally, stops her bandages on Natsu. Natsu.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and heal yourself 3 hit points. As Lyra kind of leans to your side and's like, okay, you can take the gauze out now.
Thank you. I was getting tired of having that weird thing in my mouth.
Oh boy.
Now, as she slowly turns to Noodle Boops.
Lyra is not sure where the blood ends and his red scales begin.
I guess Calico was like, maybe I could
We
help.
pick this
Help
guy.
with this. Looks
If
like
you
he needs a lot of help.
if you want, you can give Lyra the help action
How
to
do
try
I
and
do-
assist Lyra in fixing up Noodle Boops.
Okay, okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
I
So,
don't know if I
ju-
ever did I ever even introduce myself to Noodle? I'm not
No.
even sure.
you didn't.
When introductions were
Let's do
happening, you
that
were
now.
meditating.
Mm-hmm.
Hey there, little kobold guy. You don't look too good.
Holy
My
cow.
name's Calico. Calico Fluffy Paws.
Man?
I think I could help you out if I can.
So, just so you guys know, because you can do this at any time with, trying to help people with actions or help in combat or whatever. The help action will grant advantage to whoever is trying to do a thing. And that can be done as well as for helping people do attacks. So you can forego an attack to do the help action if you want to try and help confirm some damage for someone else. Possibly a rogue, for example, wanting to do sneak attack. Just random example, totally unimportant.
Mhm.
Yeah, who do we know that's a rogue? I have no idea.
Either way, incredibly, Calico, because I believe you are doing the help action, right?
Mhm.
For Lyra fixing up Noodle Boops. Because you did the help action, Lyra got a nat 20.
Woo!
Easy.
Yay!
That's my girl!
Little boobs won't die!
Noodle.
Noodle!
Fool. Hell.
No, not that much.
He wishes.
You wish. But as Lyra goes, and with the help of Calico, mostly helping discern where the blood ends and the scales begin,
Beautiful.
and generally figuring out what the general shape Noodle Boops' torso was supposed to be, rather than the shape of an M.
Pops out chest.
Very audible
Noodle
crack.
Boops, you are going to heal 28 HP.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Nice.
Actually. Wait.
Mm-hmm. Not so, I'm sorry. When Lyra was doing her healing, she got nearly the lowest roll possible.
Mmm,
That's why you only healed 3.
The power of
that's
helping.
mean. How dare she?
She tried her best.
I know.
Next time, try not tanking
I'm
a
just
chair to the
joking.
head.
Twice.
I know.
Twice.
I mean, at
Instead,
most,
take
we'll
a
say that.
table to the head.
I mean, the 3 would match for the low amount of damage she suffered from the original hit. She got the chair hit fixed for the head, but she still got a much heavier hit that went to her side, if you all recall. She got
Yeah.
sweeped by the chair. Her entire, what would it be? Her entire right side is just bruised.
And I took a table to the body.
I think you took a table to the
Yeah.
every.
Yeah,
That's-
you did a table to a buddy.
I think you took a table to the
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if it was anything cutting related, it would have cut you in half. Either way,
Oh,
as
no.
mentioned, you
I'm still stood. I'm still standing.
abandoned. I guess it's fate.
It's fate.
Noodle Boops is to live another day.
Noodle.
I guess no backup for now.
The
Little boobs gets to last till
prophecy
next
was
week.
almost true.
The dice gods decided, you know what? I like this guy.
Not 20.
We're gonna keep him alive.
The
So-
gods are merciful.
With that, Noodle Boops, you now have several bandages just kind of wrapped around your entire torso, with that of a few bandages kind of set up on your lower jaw. Generally, everything is back in place, though Lyra does recommend that you take it easy. And in case you don't understand what that means, don't go doing crazy stuff like jumping off of high places or fighting things super, like, way bigger than you are until you're feeling 100% better.
100%.
I
Also,
love.
all the while as this is going on, Mr. Glesmine is just kind of sitting at the table having watched all this play out and is like, well, I cannot tell if I have hired the single greatest band of, fellows for this task, or if I have made the greatest mistake in my career.
Hi, Mr. Shiny Guy.
Hi, Natsu.
I forgot you were here.
Yep.
Blood and glory.
Blood and glory indeed, Noodle. Either way, with that, Sophia, you finally come back. The fun thing is that once you'd managed to get the commoner guy back home, he went and gave you an extra gold piece for the trouble.
I will
Trying to help
refuse.
him calm down a little bit.
I will refuse that gold piece.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, he's gonna need it for the therapy.
You know what? Fair enough. He kept the gold piece and thanked you.
I
Regardless.
did want to ask you, like, while I was escorting him, did I see potentially anything that the guy I was chasing after would have dropped? Any sort of trail?
I would have you roll me perception, please.
Hooray! A
Since
thing
you're
I'm
actively looking for a thing.
actually good at. That's a nat 1. I don't see shit.
You make your
jinxed yourself.
you make your way back thinking about trying to look for that man. Like thinking that, man, I should probably look around for clues or, anything that he might have left behind without ever looking at the ground or anything along those lines. You just think that that's something that you should do before eventually making it back to the tavern.
No.
Gets back in. I walk in through the doors. Yeah, no, that's a really good idea. I should start looking for... Oh. I'm back here.
Ah, crap.
Well, I'm not going back out now. I'll look like an idiot, so I'm just gonna walk over here.
Yeah, making your way back, you see a Natsu with a pretty large head bandage, as well as a Noodle Boops with more bandages than you've reasonably seen on one person.
Wow.
Hi.
Wow, Lyra, you did a lot more than I was expecting.
Yeah, well, she shows her little healer's kit is completely empty after this whole thing. We're gonna need to buy another one if we're gonna be doing more fixings like this.
I think we've got that
I
covered.
healed 3 points.
I don't know what that means. Did you give Lyra the gold piece that I told you to give her?
Yes.
Good girl.
I showed it to her and she helped me.
She
Okay.
kind of leans over to you, Sophia, and is like, I let her keep it
That's
for
fine.
now.
That's fine. I've got like 20 others. We're gonna definitely need a lot of healing supplies.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
No one on your little band knows how to fix themselves up. It is going to be interesting.
Why couldn't you have been a cleric?
You already know that story.
Yeah, I know. Still doesn't mean I can't hope.
She gives a slight smirk as she goes and gets up. Well, all of you, I'm guessing we're all done here. No more fighting with random bystanders.
I don't intend to fight with anyone for now. So I'm all good.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't want to fight with you either.
Yeah, you are one of the scariest things I've ever come across.
I really like having
That was
arms.
scary. Was scary? Huh?
Noodle Boops, Calico.
I guess Calico pats Noodle on the head with his tail. Says, "Are you okay, little kobold friend?"
Oh no, the Focat has disappeared again. No, not again.
He's dead. I killed him.
No!
Oh, there he is.
Noodle!
Far down?
Were you like zoned out, my man?
Kinda, yeah.
Had a feeling.
Same. I've been zoning out too.
All right.
I zoned out this entire thing, and it's already been like 4 hours.
That's
Dang.
true. It has been 4 hours.
Yes, it
Doesn't even
has.
feel like
All
4
right.
hours.
Oh, don't worry. We're nearing the end of the session. So, with all of this being done, Lyra is asking, how you two are doing, Calico, Noodle Boops. If you guys are ready to head off.
Tiny.
I guess I was asking Noodle how he was doing as he was patting him on the head with his tail.
Mm-hmm. So, Noodle, how are you doing? Calico asks you a question.
Noodle Boop's fine.
Like one more cough of
Noodle
blood for
Boops.
good measure.
Always fine.
Good. I'm glad I could help.
With all of this being said, Lyra just kind of gives a nod to all of you as she starts making her way to the exit.
Oh, Lyra, before I
Then
forget,
come on.
I'm gonna toss her the sack of gold that I have. As many
catches
healing supplies as you can get.
She gives a nod.
We'll
as
meet.
she is now going to make her way out.
We'll meet you at the carriage.
Mm-hmm. So,
Coughs up blood. Walks out.
I'm gonna need to
So-
follow him out.
Yep. So all of you go to leave. As we'll go ahead and put the pause there. Ta-da.
Pause.
Yay!
As you all make your way outside of this wonderful little tavern building. A few minutes pass. Following Sophia's lead, you guys make your way to that of a small covered wagon. Horse already at the ready to help pull the whole thing. It does seem that you are not given a driver, so it seems someone is going to have to focus on keeping everything moving. But after a few more minutes of fiddling about, Lyra comes back, with a small pouch that is a bit more filled than it was than when she left. So, I'm curious, do you guys know what I mean when I say you have a covered wagon?
No.
It's got. You mean it's got like a canopy?
Yes.
Oh. I see. Okay.
Yes.
Because I've said wagon a few times, and I think people are, presuming it's like the very small kind of wagon that you carry with like 2 arms. It's not that.
Canopy?
What? That's a wagon?
This is a wagon.
What kind of wagon are you talking about that you can carry? What?
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
There's a,
this.
yeah. It
Ah.
technically, some people know the smaller kind of wagon as like a traveling cart. Yeah, traveling carts usually come with 2 wheels rather than 4. But yes, this is a covered wagon.
Some people call it a carriage. Same thing.
Carriages actually do have a difference.
Oh, really?
Sophia, what?
Carriages.
Well, yes. Actually, that's true. It does have a difference, as I believe it only carries people.
Carriages are about carrying people specifically, and it has an enclosed interior more often than not. Now, you can have open carriages, but they are typically set as such as an open carriage.
Understood.
Very nice.
The stuff you learned being a dungeon master. All sorts of small terminology bits. But yes, you have a wonderful wagon here being pulled by a singular horse. The reins are already set up in that of a small coachman's seat in the front. So, with all this being done, you guys are being introduced to the carriage. What do you all do?
If nobody's driving the carriage, I guess either I or Lyra will do so.
If no one goes to take up the mantle of learning how to drive the carriage, Lyra will take it.
All right.
She's experienced in such matters.
She is the smart one between me and her.
But either way, Natsu, it's your first time seeing a carriage. Or not even a carriage, a wagon. You got me all saying carriage now. Ah!
Carry.
Wow! What is that thing? Is that what they call the carriage or wagon thingy?
It's the box with the circles I was telling you about.
Ooh, the box with circles. Ooh. I like it.
Noodle Boops struggles to climb up due to injuries.
Calico helps him climb up.
Struggles with both injuries and general lack of height.
Get up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
just climb on top of the wagon, on top of the can of peas at the top, and lie down.
The canopy.
Yes, the giant can of peas covering the wagon.
And
Yes, you guys are you're a wagon that's specifically about to bringing cans of peas, through various villages.
it's
Get your peas here. Get your peas here. We got peas for everyone.
I'm imagining there's like the top of it is not even like, I guess, like fabric. It's like a picture like a bed pillow fort, but it's all cans of peas.
It's a bunch of cans of peas in the shape of a wagon.
Perfect.
Oh boy.
This is our way of transportation.
And thus the true campaign begins. A mercantile campaign all about selling cans of peas.
I'm just nonchalant
all
riding
a
the
ruse.
top of the canopy of the wagon as we go.
So, you getting on to the top of the canopy, just kind of relaxing. It's very soft up here. A pretty jacked up little kobold who's definitely somehow managed to survive quite the day, to say the least, for little noodle boops.
If it's acceptable, I would like to take out my bedroll, put it on the ground, and point at Noodle Loops, be like, "You bed now."
I'm just gonna rest up here.
I hope she doesn't fall off of there.
Here's
I
our
roll into the bedroll.
Yeah, that's gonna need
Myself into a burrito.
a
Kobold
serious
burrito,
washing once I get
yeah.
it back.
Gotta love a kobold burrito.
You want me to join you down there? Is there room for one more?
I mean,
How would you know that there is a bedroll down there?
I'm just peeking off the side.
Like you're poking from like the back or the front of the wagon.
Yeah.
So yeah, like again, firstly before I go about that, Calico, what are you doing?
Yes. How does it look like inside?
Pretty bare bones. It's got wooden paneling on the left side for seats, almost like a bench of sorts. It looks like the seats can be lifted up for even more storage.
Mm-hmm. So I guess Calico is just starting to get in after he helped Noodle in. So he kind of just jumps in and he finds a spot in a corner somewhere and he wraps his tail around himself and he starts meditating.
All right. So you get into another meditation. Natsu, you currently see a kobold burrito and a Sophia who has helped to create said kobold burrito by offering that of the tortilla of said burrito and that of a bedroll.
Is there room for one more in there?
Sophia looks at the bedroll. Maybe. Find out.
It starts getting covered
I
in
flip
blood.
myself into the wagon from the top and I land on Sophia's lap.
Hey, you need a nap?
Can I just rest right here? Please?
Do as you will. Sophia says, just kind of looking away.
So
So get this right. You are going to sleep on top of Sophia like that of an actual cat. Is that what I'm getting from this?
Yes.
Okay.
Just kind of reactively starts petting her. Almost unconscious.
It's a cat campaign.
It is a cat campaign. Very true.
true. There's no fur for you to pet on that one though.
Well, there is hair and ears.
Son.
You got the top of her head and her fluffy ears.
True.
Well,
either way.
guess this is my life now.
As you say that,
I will speak in Draconic for a second and say blood on covers.
So,
As
Sophia will
blood soaks through the bandages and into the bedroll.
Sophia will respond in Draconic. You're cleaning that when you're done with it.
He understands it.
Yep, because he does.
Mm-hmm. But with that and a small, slightly judgmental glance from from Lyra, she kind of rolls her eyes as she goes and cracks the reins for a moment as the horse begins to move. The wagon travels.
Away we go.
And with that, and your journey finally beginning, we will go ahead and end the session here.
Shall we
Yay!
long rest?
Woo!
You all may go ahead and take a long rest as well, which should help
Hell
heal
yeah.
up, whatever injuries you have.
Long rest! Woo!
Long rest.
All three
Herb.
of my missing HP back.
How do you sleep?
So, above your HP, you'll see the little thing that says like campaign, right? To
Beside
the
that
left,
should say
to the left
short
of
rest
that,
and long rest.
you'll see buttons
Okay,
for short
long
rest, long
rest.
rest. Yep.
So we're doing a long rest?
Yep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Take a long rest. Confirm.
Hooray, you're not dying anymore.
Our full health.
Hooray!
A good
My
night's sleep
ribs
will
have
fix you up pretty well.
miraculously healed.
Just the abilities of being a player character. You recover a lot faster than most people do. Yeah, give someone like 8 hours of sleep. Like I'm feeling fantastic. All my broken bones
Are
fixed.
reinforced.
Your ribs have grown back.
The only thing that it
New
doesn't fix is if you're missing any limbs.
Yay!
Yeah, that
Good thing I'm
that
not.
one kind of sucks.
All right, so with that, I'm gonna end the.
Stop recording on my end.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here because the main event has come and gone. If you've watched, thank you for doing
Wanna-
so.